me to the floor then.
Exactly.
Throw me to the floor.
You have not
then.
sobbed in a Chili's. You are not my mom.
I'm not saying son like my darling child.
So no. So what is Buster? Tell me Buster versus Busta then. Explain it to me.
One of them is the white version of the word, Tyler, and one of them is the right version of the word.
You're the fucking Mr. Vin Dieselman from your favorite movie says Buster.
Yeah, Vin Diesel. Holy shit, actually this lets me break out some obscure lore. Did you know that Vin Diesel is not ethnic at all? He is completely European.
I don't care.
Secondly,
Frankly.
did you know that despite this fact, he identifies as black?
What?
What? I mean, he identifies as a person.
That I did know.
Yeah.
Not because I ever looked that information up or acquired it, but because the essence of him to me said, he's wrong.
His being radiates his wrongness.
I mean, he identifies as a person of color. Like, I don't know if he specifically identifies as someone of the African American descent.
Yes.
Because, I mean,
I am going to say it is nuanced enough
yeah.
that even I and our friend Quinn, who is normally pretty sensitive to that kind of stuff, because she has grown up a very unfortunate life due to her racial makeup, was like, you know, that checks. Like, that...
No, I could have believed that.
I still remember seeing her on Tumblr with how mad she got back when Justin Bieber tried to tell everyone he was actually a black guy.
What?
I remember specifically a tag that she used was, what, you're gonna tell everyone you're trans Negro?
Fucking wrap me up and call me a Japanese person. What the fuck are we talking about?
Where are my other...
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to set this on
Right
hold
here,
for a
cards.
second. Y'all can keep doing y'all's thing, but
Right
I
here.
have to buy my phone.
What?
My plan right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to buy my phone super quick on my phone.
We're going to the land of the swaddled, everyone.
The land of the swaddled.
They call it the Nihon.
I'm gonna fucking...
Don't go over there, Johnny. That's where the swaddled live.
I'm gonna attack
That is
you.
where the swaddled live.
I also
They're
want to
fucking
say-
wrapping themselves in cloth. They're mummifying themselves.
I also want to say one more thing before we get started while Tattoo gets his phone playing and our dear friend, my sweet baby boy Matthew, gets himself a big sippy of Weewa. Skyrim Together works, and that is the most surprising news of 2020 for me.
Does it?
Yeah, it actually works out pretty well.
Now I want to do it.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I'm down.
It's just...
Skyrim should have had multiplayer is my official stance.
Yeah.
Skyrim Together, pretty good substitution.
I'm definitely trying that
It
out.
just fucking crashes for me all the fucking time. But
Perfectly stable for me. but-
found out that was my fault somehow. Following the typical Skyrim axiom of you should probably save like every 5 minutes,
Yeah.
actually destroys a save on Skyrim Together,
Oh.
which is worse in a way almost, because that means that you have to
we need
the-
numbers.
don't die, forehead.
I think we do.
Bad.
I mean,
Just be good at the game, forehead.
unless we can figure out some sort
It's
of...
not like random physics bugs can do a million damage to you.
Unless we figure out some sort of, you know...
We don't have really
I hate that.
enough.
Oh, I accidentally stepped on a rib cage.
Yeah. The only way
That's
that
already getting warm.
the only way that you can save is you have to disconnect from the server and then reconnect to the server after saving. Because if you save while you're on the server, it produces bugs that progressively deteriorate your save until you're just crashing every 10 minutes or less.
So so the best way to play Skyrim Together, no joke, is to have a little timer either in your head or for you that every 5 minutes goes off and you disconnect from the server, save, then reconnect.
Though I bet I could bind that to a hotkey because disconnecting and reconnecting from the server in Skyrim
Oh, it's
Together
super easy.
takes no time. There is no load screen.
There isn't.
The only screen you're waiting on is the screen to save the game. Which means I could probably run a script which disconnects, quick saves through the hotkey and then reconnects, and I wouldn't have to worry about it.
You just have to configure that first.
But I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah.
Well, we could start. I mean, we got race menu working, so we could just use our same characters. Then,
Motherfuckers got crystal light.
Yeah.
Where?
it's in French.
There should be some red stuff in the fridge.
I didn't see any. I meant, like, did you have, like, any of the powder mix that I could use? 'Cause
Oh,
I didn't
no.
see
Not
any.
on a single glass.
No.
Fuck.
But then we could just instead of escaping the cell in the interest of variety, we could tell Lady Mara, "Hey, surprise me."
Yeah, but if we do that, we won't both end up in the
Well,
same place.
One person says, "Surprise me," and then the other person clicks the specific one.
Where is Ty?
I
Make sure Ty isn't using one of the packets meant for an entire pitcher.
A whole pitcher's worth of crystal light.
I'm
in
not
one
joking. Please don't.
That would be awful.
glass. It would be awful.
It would be so concentrated.
What are you doing?
Getting crystal light.
From where? Ty, none of the crystal light we have is intended for a single drink.
Not with that attitude, it's not.
Ty.
And I am telling you, with the food in my house, don't.
For real, don't do it.
Can't never could do nothing.
Oh, he's just pouring a glass.
Like,
Can't get the refrigerator shut, so
Can't have it, could be nothing.
congratulations on stealthiest fridge close.
I am stealth.
What?
alright.
Fire, the stealthiest.
So, we have the
Yeah.
a new hand touches the beacon.
A new hand
Kill-
touches.
Kill the light in the kitchen when y'all are done.
Touches the beacon.
Kill the light in the kitchen when y'all are done.
Touches the bacon.
Sure.
Turn it off now. Do it. Envelop them in darkness.
The hat has
Bacon.
bacon.
See, they're fine.
They'll live.
Sound of panic.
So,
That's the best.
what? How
microphone.
dire is your drink pouring, man?
Getting
You came back without a drink!
I'm getting more fucking zob! I swear to God! I will walk out of this house!
I was so afraid. I was like, he came back like toiling his hands like he had wounded them without a drink. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on in there? Is he wrestling the crystal light worms? What is going on?
Your threadworms are fucking threading wrong. You don't know my struggles. You don't know my battles.
So I've restarted. I've started watching House again, this time from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That show
Really pulls no punches.
is like a squick for me. It's super uncomfortable to watch that show in the early seasons because they kind of went ham on the like, we're gonna show you the procedures, and it's like, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I'm watching this as a TV drama. I'm not really here for the whole medicine thing. That's just, House is just he happens to be a doctor. The show is not about his doctoring. Like, fucking, and God, in like episode 4, they do one of those things where they gotta put a needle through somebody's eye, and I'm like, I can't.
What is a squid?
A squick is an old, fuck.
It's a turn. You know the feeling. So
I don't care about the feeling. The origin also matters. It comes from old fan fiction, like people who have been writing fan fiction as long as I've been alive type
Oh, kind of
terminology.
like the term lemon.
No, because a squick is something that just makes you immensely uncomfortable, but is not outright like, there's nothing wrong with it. It is neither morally reprehensible necessarily.
it's how you feel about lewd shit.
Right. That is a perfect example of something that is
Speak
a
for
squick.
yourself, infidels.
How am I'm completely faithful.
Your heathenistic ways will be recognized soon enough.
Yeah,
At
you're
what church?
You're holy to the Church of the Bible.
That's true.
Anyway, what happened last time?
Anyway,
I like lemons.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
I agree.
So, things that happened last time. Oh, Tad is making. You're making hand gestures.
We have a. He's
Okay, so we had just rescued Drolish cut Jackal out of her restraint, and she produced an explosive that she had been hiding in her clothes for such an occasion, and set it off. What turned out to be a giant mixture of dynamite and probably arcanophage.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I know this is just such a tiny thing, but you wouldn't know whether it was dynamite or not, but it is an explosive.
Okay, some sort of explosive.
It's a plastic explosive. She made C4.
But
A nitro cell.
C4 plus bubonic plague.
biological warfare. Anyways,
Fuck the Geneva Convention coming straight from
So- we then plane shifted out of there because that seemed like I just missed what he just did.
Wasn't him.
You
It
also
was
missed
his
your
reaction
wife
to
going.
what she did.
I see.
And I went.
Anyways, so we plane shifted out of there because that seemed like the best way to not be there at the time.
Normally, if you don't want to be somewhere, being somewhere else is where you want to be.
And we ended up plane shifting to the snowy mountains that surround
The Great Caldera.
the great caldera of the Shianor.
The Shianor is a city. It is not the Great Caldera of the Shianor.
Oh.
It is its own place.
Right. Okay. Anyway, it's the Great Caldera.
North
So-
America contains the United States. It is not the United States of North America.
This is all right. Yeah. So, the Great Caldera.
Could be. Ba-ba-dum.
Invade Canada. Canada and Mexico. There we go. It's
Yeah.
all America.
We did Yikes.
Any wombat.
Anyways,
Take America and push it
yeah.
somewhere else.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Jackal and Cassandra immediately passed out
Yeah.
once we did that.
Because of the change in altitude.
Yeah, because of the change in altitude.
Drastic.
The drastic change in altitude. And we ended up walking. We found that Jackal was covered in some tattoos, which I was like, they're probably somewhat injured from their extended stay. I'm gonna heal them. Wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
You're killing them.
I'm gonna do that anyway.
This kind of sucks. Oh, this looks like it's making it worse.
Boy, I sure love helping.
Wizard
That's
experimentation.
But
Boy,
anyway,
sorry.
and in doing that, we woke her up and we learned Jackal has been afflicted by the Arcanophage for quite some time, and the Drow were using her to produce more, and they can't produce, and while they can kind of produce more in her absence, the mixture that she gave them is wrong. So we have effectively halted our enemies' producing of this horrible weapon for now. We then went to a cave and we caught up. Jackal was very, very perturbed at our apparent lack of progress, and we were up against like a wall of, hey, what the fuck do we do now? Meanwhile, Pyra was throwing a box into a fucking big caldera and got a cool tattoo. Then when we got back, when she got back along with Cassandra, I forget how we got on the thread, but we started having some questions about our friend Pyra. Oh yeah,
Did you say the OK Caldera?
yeah, that's pretty good.
I call this one the all right Caldera.
It's Matt.
Caldera, the pretty alright.
Hey, you know what? This one, it's a pretty terrible caldera.
Not any
I
kind
call
of
this
gr-
one solid 4 out of 10 Caldera.
I wouldn't say it's all great, but it's a caldera.
That's the whole name of the place.
Cartographers hate him.
Like, it just, the whole name wraps around. The mountain range is just the words. It's not a great caldera, but it's pretty
So,
alright.
anyways.
With an ellipsis.
With the
we got on the subject of Xehanort somehow.
Oh yeah, I remember. Because I was having you tell Jackal.
Oh, I gotta wait until February for a new fucking chapter of Dungeon.
Because I was having you tell Jackal about your apparent date with Death. Then we started.
I love that.
Then
Yeah.
everybody
Sorry,
started
It's good.
noticing some inconsistencies in your story.
Are you caught?
Which
Don't-
had, Cora, which Cora then was like, "Hey, let me see that sword." And we found
to yourself.
And then we found out that our friend Pyra, her name is actually Lysera, and she
Zara.
Big fat noble.
is a person of incredible importance over in Xehanort. You might call her a princess.
You might.
You'd be
Nah.
correct to do so.
Yes.
Nah. I don't know. I don't know if she's that high up. She's alright.
But
More like
Lesser.
More like a duchess.
yeah. And in
Like
that
Sarah.
The UK royal family.
and in that time, we thought we made somewhat of a plan of what we're gonna do next. And what it's looking like we're gonna do next is, after we fight off this imminent attack, we're going to Xehanort.
That's
what I like
to hear.
That is where we stopped. If I missed anything, please.
To my knowledge, no.
Lysara also checked in with the two party members who were aware
Right,
of what's going
right,
on with
yeah.
their
With her heart, her
heart
crystal heart.
condition.
Lysara?
Which is to say, Cassandra and Cora.
The good old Kasora. The Kasora Collective. That's the government that we need to run.
So I was
Are you
writing
sure it's
down.
not Korandra?
I was writing Cassandra's name down on this new character sheet.
The Korandra Collective.
I just started writing character name.
Discount Muslims.
I need my phone, or I can't log into Discord, which is a pretty essential part of my job up here.
Sure. Let me go get it.
A little side note. While Haley retrieves Amy's phone, just something I found entertaining. I got some Chinese food recently, and the fortune that I got was the strangest fortune I've ever received in my life. All it said was, when the moment comes, choose the top one. I don't,
That is the shittiest fortune ever.
I don't know what that means.
Well, no. Is it that
What
shitty?
is-
Because what if you give him two options for something in the future? That means he has to pick the top one now.
That
That's
means
only
I have
if I
to ask,
send it in a message.
Yeah, that means I have to ask her to lay
Exactly.
them out in a way
Exactly. It has
that
to
there
be
is a
in the
top and
message.
bottom.
Which happens semi-frequently.
No, because we don't get them in top and bottom format. We get them in like first and second, left and right.
See, that's the thing. Is
Well,
it,
the top one is specific.
Well,
Well,
that's-
it's like the first one.
I would argue that if it's the top one, it's the first one.
That's
see,
subjective.
but that is that is merely an interpretation.
Top literally refers to whatever is above, like
So-
on top
Well,
of.
okay,
So
well,
see,
what if it's
working-
listed 1, 2, and then the 1 is listed?
Then that's on top. So
All
that
right,
would
so
be
then
the
you
top
pick
one.
that one.
But we don't lay things out that way when we do them.
Do we not?
I mean, Amy has never given to me a proposition like you can 1 indent or 2 indent ever. I'm looking if there's punctuation.
I would do that.
That's true. Most of the time that I message Tyler, it's like
So you just get like
Mark Zuckerberg.
it's like that.
it's a very long sentence.
No, it's not a long sentence. It will be 12 messages for one idea.
Right,
You know?
it'll be 12 messages. One message will be 3 words, one will be 5. One will be 1 full sentence, and then one after that will be 2 more words, and then the one after that will be but, and then there will be 7 more words. Yeah.
So
There's no, it's all written like poetry.
I just want to point out, the most important fortune ever told in the Adventure Zone was literally go left. Anyways,
Yeah.
so.
What did you do to him? Did you just like retype word for word what he was saying? Like there's 2 words space.
No, that would have been way funnier. Fuck!
But anyways, so we find ourselves in this cave.
Yes, we are in this cave waiting for you to be able to teleport us all home.
Yeah, which I'll need some spells to do that.
I'd recommend heavily that you mark this place as familiar territory for yourself, so we can come back here.
I can only put up one guiding star at a time.
Lame.
We really gonna just have this cave bear of this fucking cave and come back here?
I mean, I'll remember it.
Fucking owl bear just trying to live his goddamn life, man.
He's just gonna come
we
back.
show back up and he's like,
Dude.
It's like, oh,
it's cold out.
I don't want to be inside. Rather, I don't want to be outside.
Fuck.
I know it. I sent the message to him as I was pulling up to get him. Don't
Come to the side that is out. Careful. It's easy to confuse the side that is in with the side that is out.
And it just happened, see? Very easy to confuse.
I see.
So we did rest, right? That's how you're getting your, like, teleports back? Okay,
Mhm.
so I can reset my spell slots then.
Fine. Let me look at my prep sheet, see if anything needs to be changed today.
So,
Oh, I need you, Amy. I need you to send me the details on that spell because it's in the, like, war magic thing.
I will have to produce it for you at some point in the future.
Okay.
So, this is actually a question I assume this is what it is, but when it says class TC and the thing that says key, is that key ability score?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thought so. Okay.
Okay, so we are on this mountain.
You are off to save the wizard.
The Wizards of Waverly Place.
And if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine.
Sorry.
You know the Star Wars, like, that's me in my head right now. Like, it's just that sound bite, but only the first 2.5 seconds repeated.
Hi, I'm Ed Asner.
What if you were defenseless?
Anyways, so while we are waiting, I wish to talk to Jackal. Though it's gonna probably just be a quick conversation.
What?
I just wanted to apologize for losing my for losing my composure earlier.
That's alright.
I took to heart the thing that you said to me before the battle with Azure Simmerscale, and about about perspective and about the fact that we're at war. I just want you to know that.
I'm gonna need you to remember that when I'm gone.
We'll see. I'll remember it, but I meant about the you being gone thing. Not because I can't let go, but because, well, you never know.
Wasting time to save a withering old woman is not a very good use of your war assets.
But you are one. Maybe you should, just a thought. Maybe you should go and talk to Necklace once we're home. She might have some idea about how you can help your condition. Just a thought. Anyway. And Cora hands her the rest of the mushroom wine bottle that we were talking about. Earlier, and I just wanted to have a glass of it left. The rest of it's all yours.
I appreciate it, but I'm not a drinker. It makes it a lot harder for me to cast spells.
Hard to cast spells when you're slurring your words.
Man, you must get drunk easy. And she puts the bottle away.
Lightweight.
Not all of us are alcoholics.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Anyway.
That is exactly what alcoholics say, isn't it?
That's
Stage 1 of
I mean, you know-
identifying an alcoholic.
Of course you don't drink the whole goddamn bottle at once. It was a symbolic gesture.
But second of all, I'm already dealing with a haze. I don't need to add an additional layer on top of that in the event that we need my spell casting.
Only in emergencies. We need you alive. Like, right now, what we need is your knowledge.
Here's a book, write down everything that you know about magic inside of it.
I need you to transfer every spell you know that I don't to me now. Write them down, Jekyll.
Give me.
You know, that's... I'll talk about that later.
You mention it.
No.
I mean,
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, if
Get
she's
to writing.
she's a 9th level wizard, her spell I don't know if she is, but her spell book.
Jackal is not 9th level. Jackal is higher level than you guys.
I meant
Jackal
caster.
cannot cast 9th level spells.
X
Okay.
is greater than 6, less than 9.
Wow.
Solve for X.
I'm for X.
I'm almost as strong as her. Anyways,
Almost.
maybe even as strong. Anyways, so I don't have anything more to say. Unless anyone has anything more to say, I say we can move to the next step.
Nasara is emphatically silent.
Okay. Golurch is continuing to meditate right outside the cave. Caster has joined her.
I feel like I'm in a movie theater.
Maybe they won't notice if I do it slow. Just fucking band-aid it.
If he band-aids it, he's gonna end up with the dice everywhere.
You're gonna get me peanuts. I can't watch a movie without my salad.
Did you just throw it in your fucking drink?
No. Yes.
Pussy, you didn't even drink it like I did.
He can't drink on. You know what? You're just gonna say not with that attitude, or can't never did do nothing.
There's still crystal light packets in there.
Anyway, so we move to the next step.
You disappoint me.
I want pizza.
I'll get you some pizza.
There's no pizza left.
Yeah,
It's a joke. I
I was about to say, like, what the fuck?
I want some
Ty
crazy
just took
bread.
one in his jaw.
Crazy bread.
Ty took one in his jaw, unhinged, and he ate the whole box.
I went like this, and
Gone. All of it. In my
I really
tummy.
hate the, like, when I close my mouth for my jaw unhinging, feeling the...
Yeah.
I hate the pop.
I just hate the feeling of, like, having a jaw.
I'm playing butt
You
ball.
can remove it, you know. All you gotta do is get back behind it like this.
You know, man, I'm really not down with this whole jaw thing.
Not feeling it, Chief.
Okay.
Butt ball.
Does anything
Play drop ball.
does anything happen? Like as we're resting.
The owl
No.
bear outside looks very upset that he has to sleep
Sorry.
outside. That's what happens.
The owl bear outside sleeps inside the
bonuses?
cave, but like towards the entrance of the cave, far enough in to break the wind.
Oh.
That's Haley's.
It's mine. But then if nothing else happens, Cora the following morning, once everyone is awake, says, "Okay. Does anyone have any particular anything else particularly that they want to do while they're up here? Because, well, if I don't know what business you all might have in the middle of nowhere.
I'd like to leave.
Okay.
Personally, I have no business here.
Well then, Jackal, will the teleport upset your condition?
As in going through it?
Yes.
I don't know. I suppose this is an excellent opportunity for academia.
We already plane shifted there.
Yes. How did that feel?
You'll have to understand.
Right. So, then.
One moment. I'll be right back. Caster goes outside of the cave, just around the corner from it. Moment of silence. A very loud, anguished scream. And he comes back in like nothing happened. Alright, we're good. Let's go. He just needed a moment. It happens. I do it too.
When? I never hear you scream.
That's because I do it away from you all when you're all asleep. Now let's go.
I'm surprised that doesn't wake up half the key. Anyways, and so Cora will say, I have to take 3 at a time, so I'm gonna need to come back for one of you.
I'll stay behind.
I could wait here. Or, well, I mean...
You don't mind, Lysara? Okay.
I'm fine waiting.
I will be back. I'll be back as soon as I can be. And Cora will hold out her hands, and I guess we'll all form the link.
Mm-hmm.
And then teleport.
Wait, you said you can only take 3 at a time?
Actually, myself.
2 people would have to wait.
No, myself and 4 others. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
And then we teleport back to the war room.
The keep is not on fire.
That's good to know.
That's good.
Great. All right.
Fireless keep is fine.
All right. Be right back. And then teleport back. And then grab and then hold out hold out her hand to Lysara.
She takes it. I didn't mean to hit you with the boy. That was... Boy!
She stabs you.
So, just out of curiosity, princess, huh?
Yes.
Of the whole kingdom.
Yes.
My. And then teleport. And that's all of my 6th level spells for today. But we are back home.
We did it. We're home, and there is not a fire where a keep was. I see this as an absolute win.
Does Boltjaw have like his own chair in the war room, like a big ass chair for him to sit in?
Chair plus.
It's not his keep.
It's our keep.
It is our keep, but like he is a very close confidant.
Considering it's our keep, then it would be our choice whether Boltjaw gets his own chair.
I say Boltjaw got his own chair.
I would think so. He's a big guy.
It's
He
size
sits
for
in a
one.
little stool.
It's size for one of the fucking Olympians from Percy Jackson, where it's just...
It's Yorm the Giants.
If
People
Sure.
would ice my glass, bring me a drink, and do we have any marinara sauce cups?
One came with the crazy bread.
if you guys look towards Trollish, you'd see her eyes begin to gloss over, and she just kind of stares straight ahead as if she's zoned out, but looking at something specific for several minutes, and then she snaps back and just okay.
So what's wrong?
One moment, and she pulls out her journal and hastily begins to write and draw. Very hastily.
Is anyone else in the war room besides us? Lysara's going to speak up and say, "Be careful who you tell around here about who I am. I don't know if this is something yet we want the entire keep knowing about.
What are you talking about, Pyra?
Do we want this secret to come out so hastily?"
The
I
secret
think
does come out.
I think you missed what she was trying to say.
Oh my god.
Pyra.
And then she winks several times with the eye that she still has.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right, listen, I'm very used to you guys calling her Pyra. So you calling her Pyra did not register with me.
Oh.
I see what you meant now.
Yeah. Well, we can't do anything without information. So and she starts getting out her scrying tools. Let's check in on our enemy, eh?
I'll check in with Nocris, see how things are.
I'll
Yes.
join you.
I will specifically not.
Oh, come on.
The more you don't know, the better.
It's just a war relation, Caster.
Actually, there is some. Actually, I would implore all of you, to go talk to Necros as quickly as possible. If we are going up against the Tome,
How long have you guys been gone?
we have been gone a day.
Oh yeah, you teleported there.
Yep.
Fought for a short while, and then teleported out.
Yep.
And then
Plane
we slept
shifted
there.
out and teleport. Yeah.
So we've
it was
been
only
gone
one
for
day.
like a day,
Literally
almost
just a day.
Yeah.
A night's rest.
The field, as you guys walk out and see beyond the keep's walls, the field where the most recent battle has taken place, where corpses have probably been sitting for about a month now.
That's a lovely smell.
is
Oh.
clearing, and so is its miasma. Out in the fields is one robed figure, and you can hear like laughter from up on the ramparts. Every time she raises her arms, a mass of armed troops behind her grows one stronger.
Oh boy.
Well, she looks like she's having a grand time. Castor, I'm not happy about it either, but we need to. Though, we also need to talk to her. If we're going, we know we're going up against Azarkul, we know we're going up against, we know we're going up against possibly Azure Shimmer Scale again.
And the tome. And when she says that,
If-
Pyra hops the rampart and feather falls to the field.
If... Yes, as she so eloquently put it. If we are going up against the tome, the fact that she possesses the codex that...
Codex
ha-
Mortis.
Yeah, that makes it so that an army of the dead would be nothing but a massive liability. So, I need to check in and see how close our enemy is getting. I also need to check in on the tome herself. If they're traveling together, we need to rapidly readjust our strategy. Go over there, find out what Necros is doing, find out where we set up the where she set up the teleportation circle, and find out.
Cassandra's already working on that.
But yeah, I was about to say, like, looks like,
Cassandra just goes like,
looks like she's already got that on
just
the...
points.
Well, then figure out where her teleportation circle is, and then see how things are going. But if Arkbridge is coming to help us.
I think that's what she's going to do.
Matt, just
I
watching you go.
don't mean to be a bit of an asshole, but
Well, I figured having multiple people on the same whatever.
I
I
get
mean,
what you mean.
Necros doesn't have multiple mouths to talk out of.
Man,
Necros.
I have food in my mouth.
I poorly timed that. We'll pretend she didn't hear me over her maniacal laughter.
I'll actually
Necros.
accompany you on the scrying.
either that or you could check in on Boltra. See if your remedy has borne any fruit.
How long?
Calm down, Necros.
Oh, you're back.
Yes. We've returned. We have Jackal. And we have important news as well.
Okay.
Especially regarding your practices here. And she, like, I don't know why specifically, but just for the sake of keeping this, like, secret under wraps, she just leans in and is like, we think the tome might have some pages of the Codex Mortis.
That's very bad.
It could make all of this much worse for us.
I'm not stopping.
That sucks, but
You do understand what happens if this army turns against us, right?
She's one of the strongest spellcasters of this age, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Given what I've seen so far, it's going to take a lot more than that to impress me. And a few pages of a very old book don't impress me either. See, this is a dark art. One that is often shunned. I don't understand why. It's just pragmatic. They're corpses. No one was using them. So I've read quite a few old books myself.
I understand the pragmatism of necromancy, and I even supported your endeavors in assisting us in this war. I have my own concerns about what effect the Codex
But
Mortis
stop
might have.
me.
Oh dear, this is the ally we've made.
I mean, useful.
I see no reason to stop you now. But when these corpses start turning their swords on our men,
Then
I
that'll
will
be a
put them
problem
down.
that I am forced to solve. It's
What
not
if
the act of raising them that I enjoy. Yeah, that's entirely academic from me at this point. I've raised squirrels and hogs and plenty of other more mundane things than men. So, I'm not attached, you see. What entices me so is how it's really not that different. You see, once the meat falls off the bones, in the unfortunate event of decay, we'll say, raising any skeleton is just the same as moving any other. But if there is meat yet left to salvage, then it's just muscles and ligaments. It all moves the same. It all feels pretty much the same. That is the feeling I haven't gotten tired of yet. In my short life, and my skyrocketing to my position, I have never once gotten to raise a man. And now I have 1,000. The novelty hasn't worn off.
What of the teleportation circle?
Per our arrangement, I set it up where I was told to. It is near the dock where your friend keeps her boat.
So do you think we can expect any backing from Arkbridge during the coming battles?
It's possible. If nothing else, we'll probably at least see machines.
This is good. Alright. Well.
And if you're afraid of me, I'm a lot more afraid of the other 7 people who have my title. So,
I'm not afraid of you, Necros. I actually think we have a fair bit in common. I don't claim to relate exactly to your practices. Necromancy is frowned upon basically everywhere I've been.
it's frowned upon everywhere.
Pyromancers don't get an excellent reputation either. All we do is destroy. We burn, we raise, and we burn, we raise, and we burn, and we raise.
Yes, but unlike in the real world, you see, where fire serves a purpose and is a natural force, undeath is not. Your comparison is poor.
You didn't let me finish. I've burned many things. The casting of the fire at this point does nothing for me. It's the watching things burn that I care about. I've watched a lot of things burn. It amuses me. And I've had to bottle up a good portion of that since I've met these kind people. But I can say for certain that if these troops turn on our men, I can tell you what I'll be watching burn next.
It certainly won't be me.
Right. I'll leave you to it. She heads back to the keep.
How is Boltjaw's condition? Casco's and how long does it take for you to actually get a scry up? Like an hour?
I think it's 10 minutes, isn't it?
It's 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. Yeah. I will do that. I'll watch you first and then check on Boltjaw's condition.
Okay. Well, it's going to take me 20 minutes total because I'm going to scry 2 people.
I'm only concerned about Azarkul.
Okay.
He is improving marginally.
Okay.
Odd. He should be doing worse.
I mean, you gave him mundane medicine. If nothing else, it's at least easing the pain.
I thought you were talking about Azarkul. Sorry. Anyways, go.
Cassandra's making medicine for Azarkul.
Okay.
Cassandra's just gotten a notification on her cellular device.
That was not me.
That was on her armor.
Her armor pings her.
That was fine.
Oh. Cassandra's armor has a ping.
Oh, that's
new.
yeah.
Someone you like posted on Wattpad.
So, oh, yeah, go on.
Fucking shit. You continue. I have lost my train of thought.
So Boltjaw is doing marginally better. Is he made like so he's recovering somewhat?
He's in less pain.
Well, hey, that's a marked improvement than the worsening condition he was in before.
So he's also inflicted with arcanophage, yes? Is that what?
No, he has some sort of magical rot.
Yeah, because he went after Bile Gut or whatever his fucking name was.
Biogut, yeah.
Yeah, magical healing doesn't work on him.
It's kind of like Arcanophage, but not really.
Yeah.
It
Maybe
has that property in
it's-
common. And
You
not,
know, maybe
Could be a mimicry.
maybe some kind of derivative that might be worth exploring. Anyways, so yes, then I'm going to scry 2 people. I'm going to scry the man, the myth, Azarkul, the Worm Lord.
Wormlord.
Thanks, Janet.
A dwarf needs a lozenge today.
What?
It's calorie the whole time.
We always
At the
knew
end
he
of
was
this-
a rat bastard.
At the end of this session, we need to rethink of every meme we've had for this game as a send-off for Serena.
We need to repost the meme of every single thing beating Cora into the ground. And we also need the can I copy your homework, and just all of the party's responses to that.
Quick aside, is Marcel not beaten pretty much as often as Cora? Because I feel like she is. Yeah. But then when she finally gets to cast magic, it's like, oh, now I see why they keep you around.
Ah, outside of the melee, she's competent. Whoa.
Whoa!
So,
I see. Mana is much stronger in the dungeon.
but so how's he doing? Oh right, he needs to make a will save. DC, I believe 32.
He fails.
Okay.
Wait,
No.
let me see that chart real quick.
Yeah, it's 30 actually. I'm sorry.
He just base fails.
Okay. So the spell does succeed. Okay. How's he doing?
You guys just love having me question. I got my food in my mouth.
You keep eating.
I'm hungry!
I'm just saying, like, that's why it happens. This isn't
A
coincidence.
Yum, yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yum yum yum.
Okay. So,
How could I possibly see this coming?
his disease has not progressed substantially since your last observation of him, but he's not in his place.
Ooh.
He is out in a field with a substantial number of soldiers around him, and they are in the middle of attacking something. He is giving orders, they are charging, and every couple of seconds he'll kind of turn and just cough something out of his helmet. He'll lift his helmet's. Well, I guess Dragonborn really wouldn't have a helmet that have a liftable visor because they have a whole ass.
Schnout.
They got a snout.
Yeah. But he'll.
Giving things a sniff with their schnout.
Maybe it's like an orc helmet from Lord of the Rings where there's just a small opening where they can breathe from or something.
Furthermore,
Well, it's just that putting that
elongate.
helmet on would be awful
I
and
mean,
yeah.
terrible.
Well-
It could be just something that is set on top of his head.
yes, consider also kind of like horse helmets.
Horse.
No.
Long.
No.
Make it like the bad dragon armor from the bad Aragon movie that was bad.
Okay, you
You said
Alright.
that dragon. I
You
thought
hit me with a power word.
I was unaware.
Here's the power.
Bad dragon armor is not something I want to imagine.
They just released a dildo that's a statue.
Oh my. Oh god.
Anyways,
I don't think he understood what
So-
he
you're here though, right? You're watching this. Cassandra, do you recognize do you recognize anything about where they are?
I assume this is a perception roll.
Sure. Unless you have
Are you
survival.
okay there, Ty?
No.
I do also have survival, but my perception is higher.
Okay. How'd you do?
37.
Okay.
It's the northern wall. It's the northern wall to the territory that you guys are in.
Oh boy.
That is...
Didn't we line that one with blasting powder or something?
I don't think we ever got around to that.
No, we didn't.
I thought we sent people to do it.
No.
Well,
We never...
We didn't
what
actually
the
go
fuck
through
did
it,
we
we
do
just
with
said
all the
there were other
blasting
ideas.
powder?
We
We
have...
did. We never made it. We had to.
Wait.
We used the alchemist stones for resurrection and gold.
I thought we had already made the blasting powder.
I think
We
what,
did not
I
do
think
that.
what you're thinking of is when she exploded her way down.
No,
The
'cause we weren't
plan
there for
was
that.
to get there and then make the blasting powder, so we didn't have to go through the hassle of transporting the
Yeah,
powder.
but then
Oh.
but
But
then
we
the
didn't
vault
do that.
and then Arc Bridge and then the journey home.
Right. So we never got around to doing that.
Yeah.
But isn't that also to like the northwest, closer to Halifax?
Halifax is northeast.
So you would go north. So from where you
northeast,
guys are
my bad.
here, it'd be easier to draw this. I'm just gonna draw over this.
Northwest.
So we've got kind of this cliff edge here, and then there's a mountain range that breaks off around here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't perfect, but you guys are here, and this wall is further up this way, but it goes here. And then if you were to go this way, that would be where you would get to the rest of the human kingdoms, including Halifax.
And that's where this is.
Yes.
Okay.
There is a pathway down into the Scar that begins around here and comes up this cliff, and that is the fastest way to move an entire army, like, up and around. Which means that whatever barony is over here,
They're getting their shit kicked in right now.
they have lost.
Yeah, they've fallen.
This is to the northeast. You know the wall that we were going to line with blasting powder?
I'm aware.
They're marching towards it right now. The barony in that part of the world has fallen.
How many days? How many days from here?
From where they are, assuming they're not in a forced march, is probably about 7.
Not in a forced march. I'd assume. I'd wager 7. If they push themselves, I'm going to say maybe 4 to 5.
Then we have maximum a week to prepare.
Yes. This is also assuming they don't get stopped by any other natural disasters or occurrences, or get stopped by any other armies.
Unfortunate that we can't do anything for these people. Fortunate, however, and that if they're fighting right now, that we managed to catch him out of whatever hole he hides in.
In this event that's going on, can we see any large battle magic akin to that of, say, one of the strongest spellcasters of this age? No. Okay. It doesn't look like they have anyone of obscene power like the Tome with them, at least not that I can see from the snippet.
Good, then that's good. Either this battle is beneath her, or they already left.
I'd hope so. I mean,
Something-
the Drow do not want to make it known that they are a part of this confrontation. Otherwise, that would instigate war already, which is not something they want.
True. Though something that's been bothering me. If us specifically
Can I see your character sheet?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If us specifically are targets, why haven't they said, like, it would be high profile, sure, but they could just teleport assassins, like, here at all times. At any moment, really. I wonder why they haven't done such a thing.
Probably because of how high profile it is, and especially with people of our stature suddenly dying due to unnatural causes, it would raise some eyebrows. We haven't. There is no reason for us to mysteriously die. We have no enemies in the human kingdoms as
So-
of right now.
When this conversation started, like, well, we'll say right at the point in the conversation that you're at right now, because that makes more sense narratively. You rolled a natural 20 on a will save against Scry.
So I feel that.
You do. You learn the rough distance and direction from you that the person who tried to scry on you is, as well as a glimpse of who they are.
And who is it?
It is the Tome.
Is everything alright, Cora? You seem to have spaced out for a moment.
Where is she?
They are 100 miles to the north,
Well, that answers
Oh,
my
that's close.
that answers my question.
which would put them somewhere over here.
In the scar. Right. Yeah.
That answers my question. You can all thank my mental fortitude. She was literally just trying to check up on us through scrying.
Lovely.
But I know where she is. She's 100 miles north of us,
In the scar.
in the Scar. Not... I can't tell if she's alone, can I?
She is. Or at the very least, she's not flanked on either side by two other super badasses.
Escort.
The escort.
Well,
She's in the scar right now. She's in the scar right now, and curious. I think she's alone, though.
alone, or just in the immediate vicinity?
Can't say for certain.
Well, it would about track for her to be with a company of drow. Now, we do know that there was a small contingent sent through the scar some time ago.
True. Okay. Did we ever go about securing that lead that I wanted?
I, the player, cannot recall.
We did not, as a player.
I, the dungeon master, don't recall.
We
did not.
Well,
We did not.
in any case,
Looking forward to my next campaign when I evolve as a DM and take notes.
I'm not gonna start now.
in any case, she
No,
can't.
that'd be stupid.
Well, no, it actually would be, because then you'd have like half notes.
She can't. She can't do that again on me for about a week. The rest of you, though, keep
Your wits about you.
keep your wits about you.
High will save,
20.
low will save.
I'm assuming this is in the war room, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a good thing that it didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, hold
Her
on.
will saves drastically have gone
Also
down
20.
since.
Oh no! Since the transition.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll.
These are your weakest links right here. What you should do is kill them.
Now what I need to do is stuff them in a room made of lead.
I mean, what? How much higher could mine be?
What's your will save?
Surprisingly, my will save is better.
Plus 21.
25.
Well,
Damn. Yours is one higher than mine. Fuck you.
She only succeeded because she got a nat 20.
Weak links, huh? Yeah. No, we see how it
My
is.
highest save is a 21.
My
Oh,
highest
there you
save is also a 21.
How is yours 25?
Champions get
Master.
like master level saves.
He's
really
not a
fast.
champion.
I'm a
Yeah, he
cleric.
is.
Cleric.
Oh, what the fuck?
I
How did you have that high?
That
I
cleric
have master
war priest.
proficiency in it.
Well, shit.
Woohoo.
Well, there we
No,
go.
I do.
Oh, wait a
two-
minute.
What's your wisdom?
Hibbity-doo-habity.
Skippity doo da.
18. I have that plus master.
Wait,
and I'm
that
at
would
23.
yeah, that would be 23, son. Unless you have another item that improves your will saves.
Do you have a feat for it? Well, while he's figuring this out.
Yeah.
While he do that, his
Yes. Lasara returns to the war room now. Are you two the only ones that are in here?
I'd assume so, unless Drolish has gone.
She is away from the war room right now.
Okay.
Grix is
And
probably
Caster went and fucking did something.
Drix is probably sneaking around right now.
2 robed figures enter the war room.
2? What? Huh?
One has long ears and a sullen face.
Probably Necros.
Oh, it's Jackal.
Or
Necros is human, so
Oh,
no.
that's right, never mind, it's Jackal.
And also still no, because there are no breasts.
Oh.
if
It is a different person entirely.
Case.
if they
it's
if they had no robe on, they would be wearing a speedo
That
says juicy.
in Elven on the ass.
Hate that.
They're still wearing it. It's under the robes.
No, this is
only that.
I don't think this is a juicy day. This hasn't been a juicy last 5 weeks.
This day
We have not had a juicy last half of the year.
this half of the year has been sufficiently juiced.
We got juiced this year.
But the other is a visibly human-looking man. It is Void Wraith.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Do they also come in like before me? Or
No,
after
they
me?
they come in very shortly after you.
Oh,
do.
okay.
I'll come back.
Ah. There you are. Also, Tace. I never got the chance to say it personally because we've been so goddamn busy. Thank you for saving our lives.
When specifically?
By
That been a
making-
number of
By making sure that this keeps stood. I thanked Void Wraith I don't say that. I don't say that. I do not say
Do
that.
not
I
say
thanked
that.
Ravix.
Yeah.
I,
I thanked Ravix. I thanked Golandrius.
I
thank
failed
you
to
now.
see how that would have saved your life.
What would we have done had there been no keep to come back to?
I suppose you would have fought alone.
Yes. In any case, it's nice to have something to fight for. Thank you. But I have Paige.
Even the pages aren't feeling it.
The DM just doesn't feel that right now. What do you need of the little boys? What would you ask of a young lad?
Gather Galandrius, gather Lady Kadra. If Boltjaw can move, bring him. Otherwise that's fine. Bring Castor. I don't know where he's gone to. We need to think of a plan. All of us together.
Everyone is brought to the war room.
Okay.
We did it.
Boltjaw feels like poo poo.
Is he here?
Yes.
He's
All right.
bad.
So, everyone, and Cora gestures to Cora. Oh, is Jackal? Like, I also sent for Jackal. Did she come?
She is ill and in the room.
So everyone, we're back. Jackal is back. It's been. Sorry for the brief delay. I have news. Some of it is good. Some of it is bad. And she'll point to on the war map to the point where the northern wall is. We know where our enemy is, and we know what they're doing. They are right around here. And she points to the wall and says they are currently besieging the northern wall, and the barony there has given all of the fight that they have. They are about 7 days away, maybe 4 if they push it.
But only 3 if we meet them.
Only 3 if we meet them. You're saying, all right.
This is viable land. And if the people there have lost control of it, I see no reason why we, who are able to extend our forces into that land, cannot claim that territory.
It would, and
That would put me in a very favorable position for the politicking that is inevitably going to be coming after this is over.
I would say it's unwise, though, to leave such a defensible position and be out in the open. We know these men are...
It's unwise to let them corner us back up against a wall again in a broken keep.
Precisely. If we push out to this land and then in the unfortunate circumstance we lose that battle, we can still retreat to this keep. If they push up to this keep and we still lose, where do we have to fall back to?
It'd be the first. And I see your concern, Cassandra, but it would be the first time we'd meet them on the offensive. And I have more important, and that leads me into my second point. Right now, at least so far as myself, a very, very powerful mage on the Drow side has been working with Azarkul. She tried very recently to scry on myself. However, she failed.
Can I make a perception? Sorry, I don't mean to. Can I make a perception check to see if Grix is listening in?
Sure.
I don't think you need to make a perception check to know. He's absolutely fucking listening in.
Well, I just want to know for certain.
Yeah.
19. I'm glad those dice roll good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is rolling really good.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
That would be
Oh, it is for
41.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is most. Where is he hiding? In a Grix-shaped hole.
I'm trying to think of somewhere which is both funny but not outlandish.
He's on
Behind a suit of armor.
He's
a
on the
large
chandelier.
suit of armor.
No, he's in the suit of armor.
I think the chandelier is not a bad place. So he is suspended with it's kind of like this but much more ornate. He's
Yes.
got 1 foot on either one of the bars and is kind of just straddling the middle of the chandelier. Like he's got himself wrapped around as uniformly as possible as to not affect the shadows.
So, he's good.
He is good.
And he's like looking down like at everyone, like I assume ears twitching with not anticipation.
With information.
With information.
With information.
I feel so informed.
You are. What
Should
you
I
read.
look at him and
Consume
know that I'm
responsibly.
listening, or like a
Give him a wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Give him a coy wink.
I'll like lean back in my chair and look up at him and then wink. What does he do? Does he just give me a thumbs up?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But anyway, brings me to my second point. Very powerful drow mage known as the Tome has been working with Azarkul and his forces. She recently tried to check in on us. However, her attempt failed. We know exactly where she is. She is potentially alone, about 100 miles north of us, right here. And she points to the point that she sensed on the map. Again, potentially alone. However, thanks to the captain who is unfortunately still missing in action. We know that there is an expeditionary force that has taken up in Chardalon's horde of about 1,000 or so shock troops that belong to the Drow.
So we can't afford to leave the keep undefended at all.
No.
Yes, we cannot.
It's either we stay here or we send a much smaller force and meet them.
Doesn't have to be much smaller.
We could leave leave a few key defenders here, but
We have 2 dragons.
I had hoped one of them could accompany. Actually, no, neither of them can. Leaving them here would be the best idea, because a Chardalon will no doubt be joining this fight. In fact, if you all bear with me, I could see exactly how he's doing.
Found it. +3 major resilient rune on the armor of Nethys.
There you go.
Okay. Now we know.
Beans. Wait, do you guys not have armor that's upgraded at all?
I mean, I have the magnetic plate. It has. What is the bonus? To that?
Custom,
I have +1 plate armor.
unknown.
I don't remember what
You guys can figure it out later.
Mm-hmm.
It's not immediately necessary.
Oh, I have +2 resilient robes.
Ooh.
Anyways, I should adjust my saves. But yes,
You should use that tool.
yes, I should.
It's been extremely useful.
You know what? I'll do that after this game. But the we can't include either of them in the fight. But a Chardalon will be there, and I'd have to leave the room before. I'd have to leave the room to make sure that what happened at the Tome did not happen to me. But I could check in on Chardalon himself and see where he is. I didn't see Dragonfire when I checked in on Azarkul. So either he wasn't in that fight, or he's elsewhere.
Maybe he's enjoying his hoard of gold before he has to go and leave it.
Possible. But I called all of you here since all of you are this is the combined military might of Sunstone Keep.
What if a foothold was the secondary objective?
What do you mean?
Scry the dragon.
Okay. Skora goes to another part of the war room and says, "Don't approach until I get close. Rather don't approach until I tell you that we're okay."
Cassandra looks back up at Grix. Well, not looks. It checks to see if Grix is still there.
This is gonna take me about 10 minutes. Caster,
Aye.
what do you think? What do you think we should do?
Marching into an open field would only be best if we actually have a force sizable enough to match or beat theirs. Otherwise, it's too likely we'll have a rout. We do need to keep defended, and while it is a last bastion kind of place where we won't have anywhere to run should we begin losing, it is also a basically impenetrable It's a benefit to have a keep. We can keep much of our men in there and send them out as is necessary, not to mention we could fortify the area with traps, spike pits, moats, etc.
The only way we'd be able to win an open conflict, assuming a Chardelon is not there, or any other powerful spellcasters, we would have to set up an ambush in an open field.
It's not exactly an open field, isn't it? Isn't there? Aren't there substantial woodlands around this area?
Are there?
I mean, all around, yeah.
But specifically in terms of this area here, I'd honestly wager that it is much clearer because of the high amount of traffic from this barony to this barony and this Halifax.
But that would only be along the roads.
We could maybe ambush them along the roads. It's possible.
You would just have to keep everything inside the trees. Yeah. Or you... I'm not gonna... You guys tactic this.
Cassandra, what of the elves?
I was just about to bring them up. We do have powerful allies in the elves. They know who I am, they know what gun I have. They'd be willing to help if it meant getting us closer to the drow and the queen herself.
Then we have then you need to reach out. Then you need to reach out to them. The fact that there is not a representative here of them is not. I recognize that their help is conditional. However, I am curious that they have not expressed any interest in helping us thus far.
They have, haven't they? They haven't defenses. Like
they haven't contributed. They haven't contributed like any soldiers. They haven't contributed any intel even.
Yes, they have. They've contributed soldiers in the defense of the keep.
Have they?
Because I gave them my word that I would help them attack the queen.
Grix swings from the chandelier and drops down.
I knew you were here.
The condition was that we would kill the Empress, which is a tall order, I understand. They have provided provisional defenses and assistance, as well as invaluable information. They have helped me rather a lot.
I see. Well, that does assuage my personal worries then.
Listen, wood elves aren't gonna turn to the drow.
No, I didn't figure that. I just figured maybe they were looking inward.
They're fickle. They're elves. You would know better than anyone.
Well, we could speak to them, see if there are any viable ambush points. Maybe where the best area between here and there is. If anyone would know, what else would?
They are nomadic, so they've probably been around that part of the country anyway.
They'd probably know several points they could place ambushes. I'd hand a few dozen archers in the trees here, a few dozen there, pepper them all along the route.
They could. That's another thing. We could be running guerrilla warfare all all along their forward path and just
small skirmishes, whittle them down.
The brutal not only whittle down their numbers, but break any morale that they might have left. As best as I understand it, Azarkul himself is sick. His troops are probably been pushed to the wire. Their morale is probably near the breaking point. If we can tip that balance, we have a real chance against a much greater force.
How are the dragons?
Perfectly healthy, but unable to meet direct combat against a Sardelon, am I right?
Even with two of us, that's a risky proposition.
Would you be able to do strafing runs with your breath attacks?
Against another flying target?
Against the ground troops.
Sure, but do you want to leave the keep without us?
It would only be a temporary measure, hit them every now and again. Seeing dragons on the enemy side as well would certainly be a deterrent.
They've already seen us, it hasn't stopped them yet.
Although, something can be said with the guerrilla tactics of every day or every other day, doing a nice strafing run, hitting them in their forces, and then having you fly back.
I don't think we should do that more than once.
Do you finish your scry?
I do.
Chardouan is nowhere near this army. You can't move your scry, it's only on them.
Yeah.
But they are currently in the midst of a ritual. They are shackled on all sides and surrounded by drow.
Familiar. What are they doing? It's safe to approach.
That's what they were doing at Galahad.
So,
They managed to chain down an ancient dragon.
I don't think that this is something that they've caught him. I think that he's done this willingly.
What could the drow offer him that he'd be so willing to
She
shackle
is
himself?
incapacitated presently.
Don't forget, the main goal of the Red Hand itself, the drow are just using them to try and start a war. However, the Red Hand set out with the goal of summoning Tiamat into this world, the god of the five-headed dragon. This might be part of it. So, can you further describe the scene? So he's surrounded by drow, chained up, incapacitated.
Yes, but he's not unconscious. He's just obviously subdued by force. He weakly struggles against his binds as a drow woman approaches his head. Instantly recognizable, just because she's that infamous. It is the Empress of the Drow.
Oh.
Oh God.
That would be her.
She leans down and begins talking to him. Sorry. You know, you always could have joined us willingly. It would have been a lot easier. But a few souls for your magnificently useful body, well, what a cheap price to pay. Honestly, I almost wonder if it's worth it at all. If all it took was a few dozen men to bring you to your knees. How useful will you be to me when this is all over? And he can't say anything because his mouth has been
Muzzled.
bolted shut, basically.
Bolted.
I mean, how else would you stop a dragon? They took metal plates and bent them over his face and then, like, bolted them down through the top of his skull.
Ooh. God. Jesus. Okay.
She walks around him a couple of times, and she's like, I'm sure we can still find use for a few 1,000 pounds of meat. And she, like, begins channeling this, like, magic energy into him. And the scry ends as, like, the whole field of vision goes dark. And you hear, like, a cacophony of, like, agony coming from voices all around the dragon. And you hear the sound of, like, him straining against shackles.
The great dragon of our age, shackled and imprisoned.
I want to roll Arcana. I want to see if I can divine anything about whatever spell that she was casting.
Sure. I can tell you she started casting it while speaking Aklo.
Oh dear. 19 on die. So
You don't recognize it.
Oh. Well, okay then. Jackal? Don't suppose you recognize that one?
Why would I?
Shit.
Shield.
Well, we can. Well, I guess we can say. I guess we can say with confidence that a Charlatan's busy.
And likely not a problem.
No.
Preoccupied. It means that we can take the offense to them, and we can go ahead and end this. Then we can redouble our efforts months from now. By the time the Drow are ready to attack.
This is good information.
About how many men could I glean were like in this battlefield with Azarkul?
I mean, it's not a very wide angle. It's not like a very wide angle thing, but.
The information that you have from multiple sources, including the scry, would seem to suggest that he's got roughly between 3,000 and 4,000 men left, as compared to your roughly 2,200.
Oh wow,
That's a substantial number of
that's
men.
a lot better.
He's lost a lot of men trying to take this keep.
Okay.
Does that 2,200 include the raised?
No.
We might outnumber them at this point. No, we shouldn't.
How large are your forces, Necris?
Could be larger. About 1,000 strong so far. Plenty more bodies in the field. And there will be plenty more. I am not afraid to meet them single-handedly.
We shouldn't involve your force if the tome does join the fight.
But that's only if, and again, as I have told your cohort, I am not afraid of a couple of pages from a very old book.
You do know how the Codex works, right?
However it works, and yes, I am aware, I'm not an idiot. It makes no difference. It needs to be in the hands of a spellcaster who is at least as competent as I am, if not more so. Otherwise, it's a child playing around with a weapon of mass destruction.
She's been alive. Actually, no, she hasn't been alive for that long.
Necris has given me a vote of supreme confidence in her abilities, and she intends to go through with what she's doing.
If that is the case, then you should be aware of your foe. She rose to power extremely quickly. She's a prodigal spellcaster. She is very strong. You might be hearing things. In fact, you could compare her. You could compare her to yourself in a way.
I'm sure I could. But there is one major difference. What it means to be a prodigy in this age, and what it means to be a prodigy from Arkbridge.
I hope your confidence is well placed.
It is.
Speaking of Arkbridge, the establishment of that teleportation circle means that we may be able to get reinforcements from Arkbridge, perhaps in the form of some machines, although we can't be certain of that.
They'll need to be here soon. Remember, if we ride out to meet them, we have substantially less time.
But we will have the entire battle on the way back to the keep, and I can easily cover that retreat.
I agree with that.
Which will give us more time to wait on any assistance we may get from my colleagues.
So then we have two options.
And then you'll have the machines from Arkbridge, as well as your own men, to be able to push into the barony for whatever politicking you're about to do. That way I don't have to go traipsing about with my army of the dead.
Probably best for appearances. In any case, we either stay and we fortify, which is looking more and more to me like not the most tactically advantageous thing, or we go on the offensive. I think we could either go all out, or we could send a measured force, or run guerrilla warfare tactics. I think that we should do that. I think that the third represents probably the best possibility, with that culminating in an ambush that will destroy Azarkul and his forces.
I don't know that I agree with that. I think meeting them head-on with everything we have and fighting a protracted battle of attrition back to the keep is the best choice we have. Our forces divided are easier to conquer. We are roughly equal in size.
I have to agree with that strategy personally.
I don't feel that we have to choose between head-on or guerrilla warfare. If we can meet with our full-force troops and fight them head-on, we'll at least have a fighting chance against them mano-a-mano, as our numbers will be approximately equal. As well, we can have the elves sneak around the back and ambush them from behind.
I'm considering our forces and their expertise.
But we have a home field advantage.
That
We also have the option that we can fight more defensively than we typically would and make a slow retreat to the keep. And if they manage to get here, they will be weary from the long battle and in no way equipped to fight a siege.
Not only from the battle, but also from the march, from their position to our keep.
Let's look at this strictly from a numbers perspective. They have no great spellcasters left. They have no necromancers to speak of.
There is a lich on their side.
You don't say.
The Wicker Wit.
Have we not outlined the lieutenants?
No, I don't suppose we have told you.
I don't need a protracted spiel. So
She's
they
also
have
the only one that's left.
Yes.
they have one lich on their side.
They have a witch that is proficient in druidcraft and other witchery, but she is a lich. Yes. She's also been weakened. We killed her about 6 weeks ago.
Then I am not.
That would make her stronger.
That would
We've
make
killed
her stronger.
Actually, no. I thought no. She would be stronger.
Mm-hmm.
We're uncertain of where her phylactery is, though we know what it is.
I have a pretty good idea as to where, and I think
You know a great way to deal with a lich? I don't know why I'm telling you this. It's to not kill them. Not just because they get stronger. Not by much, though. No. It is to not kill them because then you don't have to go through the trouble of figuring out which magical artifact in the giant library of magical artifacts did they decide to bind their soul to. You put them in a prison they cannot escape, one where their magic serves them no function. It's a lot easier than trying to kill them, and it's a lot easier than looking for their phylactery.
I had some ideas about that. Hostile plane shift could send them anywhere in the planescape.
Either way, they're a spellcaster in your realm. They're your problem, not mine. So we'll win the numbers game. For every man we lose, we haven't lost one. It takes me a moment. I raise them from the dead. Every man they lose 2 in the numbers game.
We gain those 2.
Well, we would gain 1, but they would lose 1. That would be how math works.
If the Wicker Witch does show herself
Hit him
on
with
the
the
field of
chase.
battle, then it would more be at that point, it would kind of be a race between you two to raise them. She would have the same
They
idea.
lose 2, we gain 1. Of
not
Right,
a war.
but she's worse at it.
Wait a minute.
By a lot.
With any luck, we also keep her preoccupied.
Exactly.
She doesn't have time to raise the dead when she's fighting for her life.
Do we have any information on the whereabouts of Azure Shimmerscale? I know he disappeared into the portal when Bravex arrived, and we convinced him to our side, but we haven't heard about him since, and it's possible he's not dead.
I could pull one more scry out.
Before we waste time on that doesn't work. Your spell fizzles.
Okay.
If he is dead, it would mean he's been raised. I'm fairly certain we killed him in that battle, and that's what brought Ravix about.
It is.
It was a contingency spell, remember?
The
Right, the
contingency.
contingency was him
Summoned him
dying.
here.
I mean, no offense. And I hate to sound rash.
No.
What are we waiting on? We have several days on the march there to discuss the particulars of how we're going to divvy up our forces and doing what. But we've already decided we're going to war, right?
It's seeming like the best option is an offensive. Yes.
Sandra, how soon can you get word to the elves to sneak around their forces?
A couple of days at most.
Do you think they'll be able to get there on time?
Well, considering they're a
fast.
significantly smaller force, yes.
They move quick. They always have. That's how they've stayed alive.
Get me a
Then-
sword.
I don't know if you're in any condition to fight, sir.
I didn't ask.
Doesn't his old sword break?
Yes.
Yep.
Drolish makes her way out to fetch him a sword.
Send word to the elves as soon as possible. We'll need them to double time it to the agreed upon location.
Cass like sends a carrier pigeon or whatever the equivalent is in this.
Yeah, send a raven.
Would be a
Send
carrier pigeon.
No.
Drolish.
She said Cassandra, not Cora. Cassandra sends like carrier eagles or something, like a carrier like hawk.
Of course,
Like the Fire Nation uses.
But I'd be the gothy.
You're a
bitch.
fucking drow!
I'll be right back, but I am still listening.
No problem. Drolish does make her way back and hands Boljaw a sword that she made, the great sword that she made for herself, so it's height appropriate.
Just a fucking great sword for the old Drolish. She's like, well, I
Yeah,
don't need
well,
this
I mean,
anymore.
she's carrying it like this now, just...
Oh yeah, you didn't make it. You bought it. It's the raging sword, right? The old one.
Huh?
No, we got
No, I'm talking about just a sword that she forged in her thinking time.
Okay.
Not any specific sword. It is flavor sword that she, like, forged in her thinking. Oh, no, wrong.
There we go.
Man, that would hurt like a bitch.
Stab you in the neck.
Next stab.
Yeah.
That would be what we call Tsuki in the Kendo.
Summertime.
So there is. Okay.
Right.
There
Is
is
there room? We could just put it on top of the oven. Or like the microwave oven thing.
there is one final thing, and one last possibility that has been that I have been considering.
Yeah.
It's not a battle plan, but it's the it's the potential that exists were we to go on the offensive. Azarkul himself has been exposed to the Arcanophage. This you all know.
Yes.
What we do not know, what we know, since we went to go rescue Jackal, is that the Drow cannot produce any more Arcanophage safely. While they can, correct me if I'm wrong, Jackal, but as I understand it, they can produce the disease partially, and it is sealed improperly, so they would be infecting themselves upon using it, correct?
That sounds about right, kid.
There is the potential that the Empress is busy, the tome is by herself. The sword and the shield might be lying in wait for whatever battle is most advantageous to deploy the Drow's newest and most deadly weapon. We need to make sure that that doesn't happen.
How do you propose?
Grix. I know you don't have many of your men left, but we need to know where the Drow have been stockpiling Arcanophage and what they intend to do with it.
I don't know that I can promise that. That is a closely guarded secret, and one that endangers me.
Understandable.
I understand. Though, I will say this. It would save... we stand to lose a hell of a lot more than just this war, should the Arcanophage be deployed here.
That is correct. You do.
You're part of everyone.
No, I am not. I am on the side of the Drow, as long as it is convenient.
But a pandemic, Grix,
A
doesn't
pandemic that I can avoid.
it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't discriminate between national lines. While you personally might see the rain coming, and maybe you'll be able to escape, and maybe you won't be infected. If they deploy it, our civilian population, their civilian population, it's going to start spreading. And that's a problem that the world can't afford.
It's not going to kill everyone. The world survived it the first time.
The world survived it the first time barely.
And 2, I won't live that long. See, for the entire world to go under will probably take a century or 2. You'll still be alive for it, but I won't be.
You're our best resource. You're our best resource in espionage.
You want to know something very interesting? I very well may be your best resource, but I'm not interested in getting myself killed prematurely, and 2, you are really not so different from your kin.
I'm not asking you to die for us.
I know you're not. You're trying to convince me that it's a good idea. And I don't think it is.
We've all been
I've dealt with Drow before. You're not changing my mind.
So be it.
You're welcome to send your own friends off to die.
That's what we've been doing already. That's
Well,
what
I'm
every
sure you'll
single.
have a few more of them lying around.
What a fucking coward. I don't say that in character, just man.
I mean, I get it.
Cora just has this kind of like, you all, the 4 of you know it because you've spent such close like such time with her, but Cora is trying to disguise how utterly fucking disgusted she is right now. But
Is there a stuck cat?
no, he just makes noise.
Oh.
No.
Just a loud boy.
Pathetic. He's so pathetic. I love him. Let's shut
I'm-
up the recording. Go on, please.
Yes, I did. Well, I'm going to be waiting in the courtyard once we are ready to deploy. And Cora, there is something I need to speak to you about in private before we head out.
Of course.
She makes her way out towards her room, and then from her room to the courtyard with a few supplies.
So the way I see it is this. Ashardalon is out of the picture. Ravix, Galandrius. You are our best defensive asset, for sure. However, Ashardalon won't be in the fight. It is... You would... Support from the air, especially uncontested support from the air, would be incredibly useful.
I don't know what world you live in where the bow and arrow have not been produced, or where ballista do not roam the battlefields.
I also don't think it is
Actually,
entire. We can say for certain that Ashardalon is not out of the fight, or is out of the fight, rather. He's just not in the fight willingly.
You know something curious. That language she was that language she was speaking. Do you recognize it?
Yes.
It was actual.
Translating from Aklo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, does it translate what she said at all?
No, it recognizes the language, though.
Okay. It was Aklo.
Old tongue, that. And while we don't know the spellcraft we don't know the spellcraft that she was weaving. Aklo itself is spells that would involve it usually involve control and harvest of information.
So we are just going to sit here and continue wasting time with completely erroneous things.
It's not completely erroneous.
No, but it can wait until after the immediate threat is eliminated.
You can also,
I am worrying about the immediate threat. The thing that I am worried about is that Ashardalon knows their true names. If it's not just simply a control thing, if the Empress would then have access to Ashardalon's memories and his knowledge, it would be tactically suicidal to have our draconic allies deployed.
So we do not leave them here, and we isolate them elsewhere where they are safe. We are one strong asset weaker, but that does not mean we have lost.
we can win this battle on the ground without them.
Exactly.
stay here for now. And she turns to them, stay here for now. However, I will send word forward should forward should the battle go poorly, or if we need you. You move a lot faster than we do, right?
Reasonably. Not on the ground.
Of course not. I would not ask you to disguise yourselves in this state, in this circumstance. The dragons. Any other forces we should leave here?
Just a small garrison, I would suppose.
Castor, you know the best man.
I am staying here with my friends.
Of course. That was Akris, right?
That was
Sorry.
Grix.
That was Grix.
Okay. Yeah, just... Of course. Any information, you have your birds. We really could use it.
I have not withheld any information I have had thus far.
And I'm not accusing you of that.
Alright, does this scene end? Because I don't think there's much else that we have that.
Let's go bag us some scaly fuckwad.
Alright.
Thunk.
And I guess the deploy order goes out. Man. We all die together, Grix. I wish he'd realize that.
Problem is that whether you all die together or not on a time scale which affects him.
Does he really care only about what he can see directly in front of him? That's rather short-sighted for a spy master.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not going to be around to be the spy master that long. You'll only be
Goblin?
middle-aged by the time the world is ending. He'll have been dead for a century and a half.
Goblins don't live that long.
I know they don't live that long, but...
How long do goblins live?
About 50 to 70 years.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, what, 20 something?
He's like 27, 28.
Yeah. So he's middle-aged for a goblin.
Well,
I say we all get our things and prepare for mobilization.
yeah. Well, then everybody.
Maybe your spell casting will impress me when you have more things to hit.
Right. And on that note, I'm not going to force everyone to wait, but Cora starts casting augury, like a divine spell, because I want to see what augury says about this. Is going on the defensive, is going on the offensive a good idea? And let me read you the augury spell description.
I just love the mental thought of every time Cora casts that spell, she reaches into her pocket and pulls out teeth of unknown origin.
No, she just pulls out a magic 8-ball.
Can someone wet this?
Sure.
Just
Oh, I got stuck on one of the corners.
Up to 30
shit.
minutes in the future.
Oh, up to 30 minutes in the future? Damn. Alright.
It can tell you whether we're gonna die in the next 30 minutes or not.
No!
It doesn't increase
That was a free one.
with levels. It doesn't increase.
No, it's... You gain a vague glimpse of the future during casting of the spell. Ask about the results of a particular course of action. The spell can predict results up to 30 minutes into the future and reveals the GM's best guess among the following outcomes, and then it gives a list of outcomes.
Actually, I do have...
What the fuck is this? Are we rationing out water now?
Alright, I'll get you one.
We have to use extra water for this one. Really is the
Now she's gonna bring me a drenched bitch.
A drenched bitch.
That's what happens when the bitch gets drenched.
That is an
obviously.
inn name.
The drenched bitch.
Yes.
that's beautiful.
An inn name?
Yes.
For an inn.
An inn. I am.
Oh.
There you go.
Why are you...
It's half of it!
Yeah, you know what? Whatever.
I give you half so you could use the other half to dry off.
It doesn't need to dry, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Or if you try to put stuff on, like on, you know, it's the thing that's still wet. It'll be wibbly
Shut up
wobbly.
before I bring a fucking paleontologist to dig up your fucking the bones of whatever the fuck you were trying to say. You crusty ass, dusty ass, musty ass bitch.
That's a lot of us.
That's also an in, but that whole thing, crusty ass, dusty ass, musty ass bitch.
Could you put ice in my glass?
That's one tag.
I've got a quick thing.
You might only get one cube.
You got legs?
We're rationing out water in solid and liquid form. You get 1 cube.
You get half a cube.
I'll just make this quick. Caster tries to hit an undead with a wither whack. Does it do anything?
Amy.
Wasn't expecting that one.
Everyone's watching him like
He
brush
just
it on
swings once,
dead with
just-
a blanket.
Really? 1 cube. You had to try to do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's impressive.
Can I have several more cube? Please don't bring me an over full glass.
He's going in there to make sure.
He's gonna make sure that happens.
You know,
Just hear a struggle. Haley, that's enough! That's enough, Haley!
That's enough!
Jesus. Just crashing in the background, we hear a cat meow. My leg! My leg! It's not Haley.
So does anything happen?
You know, yeah.
No. I made sure she didn't give you an overfull glass of ice, Amy. You owe me.
I'll give you a cup of beans.
Beans?
I'll give you
That-
a whole cup
You know
of
how much that
beans.
could
So-
that
what's
might
one
give you
cool
in the number
Hondo
of-
and halfling man?
To answer Tattoo's question, yes.
Oh?
They are disrupted and disassemble. But you do this when no one else is around to see it.
Interesting.
Again, the outside look, it's just he didn't take it out of the blanket yet, so he's holding the blanket too. So just
Slaps
him,
the blanket
him
against it.
brushing a blanket over undead and it disassembles.
Good thing no one was around to see it, or that would look ridiculous.
Blanky.
Caster leaves the blanket behind,
They call me
gets a
Sprungus.
spare sheath, and uses that instead.
Good lad.
Wasting that good Archbridge silk, how dare you?
Spungus.
What?
The Archbridge.
That was from his bed at the Cape.
No.
No, because we never came back to the keep
Never
after.
came
That was
I
from
had it
Archbridge.
when I left with when we left to Arkbridge. It was wrapped in a bed sheet from his bed.
The origin of the linens is irrelevant. Let's go to war.
Spungus.
Before this is just one last interaction I want to have. Cass tries to find Griggs.
No, again, George has
Cassandra
people
has to
are
find
awesome.
Griggs.
Yes. And does does she find him, or is he like hiding around?
Cassandra
Okay.
gets the grick.
Finds a Grick-shaped hole and like, hey, you in there? Yep, there he is.
He was playing the
The
harmonics.
Harmongrix.
Harmonigrix.
He actually talks like don't starve NPCs. Like,
Ew.
That'd be awful.
I don't like that.
I don't know where
I'm
like
gonna
this
play
scene
a
is
character
taking
that
place,
does
so I'm
that
just
now.
going to assume there's a chair and she sits down in it.
No.
Hello.
Hi.
Is there any reason you have barged into my room?
Oh, this is your room.
Oh yeah.
I sat down in your room.
just
Womp,
just
womp.
kick open the door, just saunter.
Well, hey,
Hold-
Cassandra, is there any particular reason you're invading my privacy today?
Sits
I don't
down.
know. You're invading everyone else's all the time.
Sits
That's
down,
my
pours
job.
a glass.
Well, let's say she doesn't barge in. She just like knocks and hopes for an answer. The answer
Power
happens.
swing, just
That's
like,
the mid.
mind if I speak to you
yeah, there it
I
is.
can't go
before?
You
You can't go up.
Well, I guess that answers the question. I know your motives behind what you do, and you just want to preserve yourself.
That's not true. I have friends that I'm interested in preserving as well.
We're not any of them?
Let me look at it like this. You and I will both die long before the world ends from an infectious disease.
This is true.
In fact, pretty much everyone in that room will die long before the world dies of an infectious disease.
Disregarding the Arcanophage and its long-term effects on the world, there is still the much shorter-term effects of the Drow waging war on the southern kingdoms.
That's true. Do you want to know how you die really, really fast in war?
Being on the wrong side.
Well, yes, that, but also being on the front lines, which I am not.
Well, I'm not asking you to run up and fucking with your ballista that you have.
No,
or
but
the
you are
archers.
asking me to go and obtain information which is probably only as closely guarded as the location of the Empress herself.
I know. It is a ridiculously high thing to ask of you.
I'm not that good.
I know. It's ridiculous just based off of past experience and just how insanely close that information is guarded, but there's only one way to see if we can even try and get the information, and you're the best one we have for it.
I owe you one favor. Do you want me to try?
If you try this for me, I'll owe you my life.
It's not a bad deal.
I'm not. You don't have to accept now, obviously. I just food for thought.
Thank you. Yeah. Food for thought.
Shit. There's something I want you to have, though. It helped me out in our little bouts back in the Sunken Citadel. It might help you. She hands him the portable hole. Definitely could get you out of the situation. Behind
Yes. Yes, it can.
What happens to a person?
He closes his door and throws the portable hole up on it, and walks through it, and then grabs it from the other side and pulls it through.
It's yours if you still don't even go along with
What?
I have to speak up. I can't hear you through the door.
He left.
it. Oh, shit. It's yours even if you decide not to go through with it.
I see.
Have some fun with it, even though it's a fun toy. I tested it myself.
You just made it so that there's a brick-shaped hole everywhere.
I
the
did.
whole world
Yeah,
is a
okay.
brick-shaped hole.
There was
The world
already
is-
a brick-shaped hole everywhere, to be fair. At least in Cassandra's mind.
It's like Google Deep
Where's
Dreams, but
Grace?
it's just brick shaped.
Oh,
Cora's
actually,
truthing eye only sees goblin-shaped holes.
one more thing. Could you please come back? I need to give you some. She gives her, 3 of her fire bombs. These could be an excellent distraction. Just light fire somewhere, draw attention away from where you're at.
Sounds great.
Okay, now bye-bye.
Okay, bye now.
Then,
What are you doing here? We're mobilizing for war. Get out of here. Wait, one more thing. Oh,
Wait, one more thing.
The
Don't
day
wake the
approaches,
queen.
everyone. The day approaches. It is April 20th, I think, is our anniversary day.
Oh, God.
For Sucker Punch.
Of course we're going to watch our annual view of Sucker Punch on literal Weed Month.
Weed day.
Weed day of the Weed Month, because it will be 4/20 of 4/2020.
That's true.
Oh shit!
The weed year!
Oh, shit, it'll be the fucking weed. It's the weed center of weed. Will.
Weed.
I can only imagine how the
Sweet.
state of Colorado is going to smell.
Oh god.
Not Denver, not anywhere else, just the entire state.
Do you see Colorado? That's not smog.
It's vlog.
It's wild.
Yeah, Mwog.
Hey.
Smog.
Hey.
Oh, just
Just like there is a loudspeaker announcement in every city in Colorado.
Yo.
All right, everybody, and you hear, shh, time to go.
I think it'd be funny if it
some
was
water. I need fucking
bong bubbles. Anyway,
You're good.
back to the
Anyway,
game.
so back to Seriousville.
back.
That was fucking. I didn't realize it was weed year 2.
Yeah. A whole month of weed. With a whole day of weed. With 2 whole minutes of weed.
The loudspeaker goes like this.
Well, 4 rather, because there's 420 and there's also 422, because 422 is 422.
God, I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired, and I have to go to work after this.
I was gonna say more, and I saw Amy's face.
Let's get back to the game.
Anyway, let's get back.
So where is Drolish right now?
Droller says she's waiting. She's waiting inside the courtyard.
All right. I also want to say goodbye to Graceland. We can do that after this. Yes.
The goodbye is implied.
Yes, the
We
goodbye.
go to war.
We go to war. All right.
I should probably say goodbye to Ella. Oh wait.
Anyway, as Cora approached, she would see Drollish kind of putting a bowl and a few other things inside, like a sack. Puts it over her shoulders, like, "Oh hey, Cora. Come with me, please." And starts making her way out of the keep.
Lead the way.
And they both walk towards like a nearby forest. It's secluded, but it's still very close. You can see the keep.
If I may be so,
It's like a 7-minute walk.
if I may be as to ask, what are we doing?
This is a terrible assassination plot, Foolish.
You know how?
You decided to join your daughter.
Whoops! Surprise! Dun 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 dun. But no. Remember the first time I called you my blood sister?
I do.
Do you understand the significance of that?
I'm afraid I do not. I never really paid much attention to Orcish culture. I'm sorry for that.
Ah, you're fine. I don't blame you. Being blood siblings is the most sacred thing you could be among the Orcish people. Even higher than bonding in marriage. It is hard to find someone you truly trust within the culture I was raised in. Not what it is now. But there is a ritual that binds 2 souls together ritualistically, in a way. It's more symbolism. And I would like to conduct that.
Of course. I don't. Yeah. I. If not now, we might not ever get another time.
Exactly, especially from the news I've received recently.
What news? What are you talking about?
A vision, but I will get to that in a moment. And she puts down the sack, pulls out several supplies. You see a bowl, ink, and you see several bottles of ink, and 2 pieces, like 2 small boards with one that has a fine needle point. Here are the supplies needed.
So what does this ritual entail?
It's
Killing
simple.
yourself.
It's kill yourself, kid.
Stab your. Kill yourself.
Kill yourself. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It does involve some blood.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's not. It's nothing worse than what we usually get.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it.
And she reaches under like her cloak and pulls out a dagger that's highly ceremonial.
Okay.
It's the wood is cedar wood, a very nice kind of red tint to it, and the metal itself is gold with jewels embedded within the hilt and pommel.
Cora's just watching intently. Like, she's not watching incredulously. She's like, this is a big deal for her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now first, we place the bowl in between us.
Okay.
And she like finds like a stump, kind of puts it on that so it's kind of elevated.
Would you like me to sit? So that we're eye to eye?
Yeah, that would
Please
actually
stop
be nice.
picking at the chair.
Sorry.
I would actually appreciate that. Thank you.
She does.
No, this is how, usually it's a lot more. There's usually more chanting and drums and feasts and other things. I'm sure you can imagine.
And so I'm guessing it's something for the whole clan to celebrate.
Absolutely. No. She brings up the knife to her hand, and kind of digs it into her hand and slashes down until like she could squeeze it and blood begins to drip down.
Cora watches it intently.
Now you do the same.
Make a will save.
Yep.
We should do this really cool ritual that binds us. You drank the blood.
And you take the blood. Great, thanks.
12. 12 plus 21.
33.
Do you think that's enough?
We have rerolls.
What is that?
15.
So.
Do you think that's enough?
36, I hope.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay, that's enough. You resist the urge.
Yeah, but, like, Cora's, like, mouth slightly opens, and she's looking very, very intently for a moment, like...
Sure.
Make a perception check, Drolish.
Parched. Will do.
Shit.
Shit, I'm a big vampire stabber. God damn. Shit. Oh, vampire.
Completely
Oh,
forget-
no.
That's the no.
Completely forgets the whole, like, blood sister thing. Throws it out the window.
Throws out the window. It's over. Game over.
Kills her with a wooden stick.
Kills her with a wooden stick.
Yeah, the
28
sound...
total.
28 total?
Yeah.
Cora has very obvious fangs.
Alright.
The secret come out.
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Droller sees them and just kind of. She knows her eyes. She doesn't say anything, just.
Yeah, but she, like, shakes her head and snaps out of it. Myself, yes?
Yes.
And she digs into her hand, cuts it open, does the same.
You bleed very slow.
No.
Like
Your
molasses.
blood is thick like someone who is malnourished.
Now, you have the blood enter the bowl.
She does.
With this blood, we are forever linked, forever bound. Our wounds are as one, sisters in our pain, and sisters in our healing. Blood is to blood, soul is to soul. I mark you now as my kin, and with my kin, we shall face down the world. And then she lets go of her hand, and she nods for you to do the same.
She does.
She takes the bowl. No. Oh yes, HIV.
What does she do with the bowl?
Yeah, what does she do?
Yeah, she dips two of her fingers in, and she approaches and begins to mark very specific runes and symbols along,
What?
like kind of like face paint.
Did you do with
Alright. This is exceptionally difficult for her, but she's trying. But she's
Yeah,
keeping
she's really.
she's keeping control over it.
And now you, and she does kind of does it to herself. You finish the line from the top of the forehead to the bottom of my chin.
And she does so.
Right.
Like she takes a deep breath and tries to keep her hands as steady as possible.
And then she takes two small vials and fills each one with a bit of the blood in the bowl. She wraps one, and she kind of connects 2 cords to them and wraps one around her neck and presents one to you.
And she takes that and and ties it around her neck as well.
We are almost done. There is one more thing.
Okay.
She puts the bowl down and takes out the bottle of ink and the needle. Now we mark one another with a picture or symbol of great importance to either of us. In a sense, we tattoo one another.
Alright, though I must say, Lazar is the artist.
That's fine. As long as you bark me with something that you find it's greatly significant, that is enough. You may start. I'll have you go first.
Alright, and Cora with... There's two... You know what? Yeah. I'm torn between 2 things. Out of character, what do you think fits Cora more? A spider or a lantern?
Fuck.
Lantern.
Lantern.
Alright.
And the type of the type, like the method, it's old. It's an old way of doing it.
Yeah.
Poke.
Alright,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, you kind of tap the 2 words. You tap the 2 words together, and there's a needle, and it goes in and out.
So
based on you tapping
she's
the
about
needle.
to start, and she can't take it anymore, and just, okay, we need to stop. We need to stop this because I need that. And she points at the bowl of blood.
Since it's already been used, go right ahead.
Hey, Drolish,
Yes,
don't think less of me.
I don't.
I've been trying very, very hard to control this for a very, very long time.
Since the temple.
Since the temple. She takes it and she drinks the whole thing.
There you
Okay.
go.
It's a sweet nectar. The nectar of...
Color you didn't know Drow had returns to her face.
Oh, okay, cool. There you go. Do you feel any better?
Yes.
Excellent.
You don't understand. Food tastes like nothing now.
Yeah?
I hate it. The wine that I had yesterday tastes like something you might find in a typical bar. It's the strongest thing that I had, and it tastes like nothing. I can still sense the subtle differences and the flavors and everything else, but it just all pales.
It isn't nothing in comparison.
It just pales.
I can imagine how hard it's been struggling to try and keep this inside and away from the others.
Castor would kill me.
Yeah, he would, most likely. Though I think you
And
have
he'd be-
proven yourself enough to where you value you as a good friend.
Actually, no. I know he wouldn't kill me. I trust him. Like, he trusts me and I trust him. But he would not think of me the same. And he might, very rightly, never speak to me outside of a professional environment again.
Who knows, right? We all have surprises.
But now is not the time for this.
No.
Now is not the time for the bemoaning of the sick.
Nah. It's the way of life. Things happen and we have to deal with the cards that we have.
I suppose you'd know that better than him.
I do.
And she would tattoo the lantern onto Drolish's, let's say,
Yeah, kind of. There's no specific part, just kind of wherever, like, just feels right.
probably just on her arm, on her sword arm.
Okay, that works. And Drolish in turn takes the die and the tattoo thing. I don't know what to call it. The sticks, and she kind of goes along her arm that has the mechanical hand, and it's very, very ornate, orcish, tribal pattern that has runes like embezzled within. But at the very center, there's a clear opening, and within that opening, she tattoos a sword being sheathed.
I never thought much of tattoos, but I dare say I like this one.
Thank you. All my trophy tattoos are gone with the, since I got the new body.
Well, I imagine with time you'll replace them all.
I wouldn't say sure about that because I have something I wanted to say to you, and I'll say it to the rest of the party. Eventually, soon, relatively soon. I recently got a vision from Ilmata. I think he wants me to go on a suicide mission.
What?
Whether I'll live or die, I'm not sure, but I found a crumpled ruin abandoned what looks like millennia ago. And within, I also found a man bound in chains and a sarcophagus.
You did not see a man bound in chains.
Oh, right. The figure bound. Hold on. Let me actually read it again. Oh yeah. A man with shackles around his wrists, and I found a sarcophagus with crossed arms.
There was no man.
Okay, well, scratch that part then. Found a sarcophagus with crossed arms and inside it looked like a vial of blood, but that blood looked thousands of years old.
What could it... And you think that it's important?
Yes. From what I remember of hearing about the clerics. Oh, okay. Thank you. From what I recall of the stories of, I forgot the saint's name, but the saint that the clerics were referring to.
Clerics of Leona?
Yeah, I believe so.
Adrian. Saint Adrian.
Yes, about him finding the cure.
You think you found maybe the cure for the Arcanophage?
I think he's giving me a mission to find the cure of the Arcanophage.
Okay, where is it? And we can't go yet. We have this whole thing to deal with, but
There is no we. I'm going at it alone. I have a sense he gave the vision to me alone. I'll have to ask him personally. Well, after the battle.
But we've always been side by side. But we've always journeyed together.
And we always will, through life and death, now that we've conducted this ritual. I did this ritual as a remembrance of me, should I not come back. It's going to be a long mission, I'd imagine. And we cannot distract ourselves.
I see.
No. With ritual complete and your thirst quenched, I suggest we go back and see if the troops are ready to march.
Yeah.
Then let's go. And she packs everything up and starts to make her way towards the gate.
Cora stays for a moment, just stands for a moment and looks at the trees, and just feels the wind for a little bit, and then walks back. So, we deploy.
Deploy the boy. Deploy the boy.
Deploy the boy. Deploy the boy. Gotta go get the boys.
Gotta get the boys.
It's a lot of getting the boys.
I am hard to wake.
By the way,
One
Tab.
must make sure they get the boys.
Oh, Tab, by the
Have you
way.
heard about the boys?
You're welcome.
Thank you again. I appreciate it. That was stuck.
Did you read that, Tat?
Most of it, yeah.
That was fucking rad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Both of you guys, that was rad.
thanks.
Hey, also, hey,
Drolish has conducted the most sacred ritual that she knows of her people.
You're married plus plus.
Married plus plus.
Oh God, what am I gonna tell? What am I gonna tell my
no.
girlfriend?
Oh no! What are you gonna tell my girlfriend?
What are you gonna tell Lasara? She already gave you the Ring of Aelin. What more do you fucking want? Jesus Christ.
I guess I'm.
Oh my God, Cora's technically infidel.
No, not. I think the word. I don't think infidel is the word you're looking for. I think you're looking for is
Adulterous.
yeah. In I don't remember the word.
Black Widow. No. Polygamist.
Oh.
What happened?
We're remarking on how Cora is technically adulterous because she's, in the most technical sense, married to Lasara.
And is now bound by blood between her and Drolish.
And
Yeah.
dating Graceland. At
That's a
this
very
point, I'll probably
complicated
say more
relationship.
than dating. I'd say too busy to marry.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So,
Damn.
you guys go to battle. I need to ask a question. It's a frank one because I'm trying to see if there is any other day we could run one more session because I did not know that Ciri was leaving so soon. I expected to have more time, and I kind of wanted the last thing that Ciri did with us would be to kill like Azarkul. So we can skip to that part, but that is not a battle that I have finished, nor is it one that we may have time to finish.
The Wicker Witch took us a session and a half.
That was also in 1E. So I want to know what you guys want me to do, because if I continued at our normal pace, we would probably begin combat and not finish it.
I'm good for a new session basically any day after 4:30.
Alright.
When what is your working schedule, Matt?
Unless someone can pick up my essay shift this Sunday, I am not available. And my schedule for Tuesday does not come out until 5:30 tomorrow. So I am very unsure as of right now.
Okay.
What about tomorrow and or Saturday?
What is it?
Tomorrow, I am free until 5:30 because I don't prep in the morning.
What about you?
I've already stated I'm free after 4:30.
Free until 5:30. Damn it.
Ow. Ouch. How's Saturday?
I work all day.
No.
I cannot do Saturday.
This is the
Yard
real
sale.
Dungeons and Dragons.
There we go.
This is the real.
There we
This
go.
is the
It's
real.
finally caught up to
It's
us.
finally caught up.
So us not knowing what day we may have for another session with Ciri, what do I do?
What do I do, Lord?
What do I do, Lord?
If I had known even just a day or two before now, I might have had enough time, but I did not.
I had no idea either.
When are you leaving?
Next week.
Well, next week, but like what day?
It's either going to be Friday or Saturday.
I'll be too busy packing for a Thursday session.
Way too busy packing. And this Saturday, I am doing a yard sale.
How's your Monday?
My Monday? I usually close dinner lately. I've been closing dinner lately, so I go in at 5.
God damn it.
Yeah.
And what are your days off, Tat?
I don't have any until next Saturday.
What, you're working all day?
Yeah, it's my drop week. I had Tuesday and Wednesday off.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, well,
I'm off at 4:30.
Well, I will say this. While it would be very cool, if it's just not possible, I'm also okay with, not being there to slay the Worm Lord himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Azarkul. I'm still listening in to the podcast and everything else, so I at least get that kind of satisfaction through it that way. So if it's just not possible, that's okay by me.
I'd be willing to see if I could move a day early in the week next week to being like Saturday, because that's not the 25th, is it?
I don't think
Next
so.
Saturday, I don't think it's the
No, I don't think it's next Saturday.
Yeah,
I
next
think that's
Saturday's
the week
not the
after.
25th.
No, the 25th is the week after.
This coming Saturday is the 11th. After that is the 18th.
Yeah.
And I'm slated to help you on the 25th, so I'm free for that Saturday. I could move, say, after you figure out if Tuesday or Wednesday would be free for you. I could.
I am
that
usually
day.
off Wednesday.
Okay.
Hey, Wednesday's looking like a good day then. Do we have anything happening Wednesday?
Other
We're
than
gonna
our
have to cancel
normal.
the session next week too.
I mean, we'd be canceling the Sunday session anyway, but it wasn't.
Oh wait, Shattered Skies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to. I'm
you know,
sorry,
the,
but
the game you DM.
I'm not.
This is saying a friend could go goodbye. I
Yeah.
think this takes a little bit more precedence. We can get the next one.
I swear to God, I don't. I'm not.
The next one.
I'm not thinking of Shattered Skies is over. I have plans. I want to play that game. I want to host that game. Life has not allowed me to find a way.
Mm-hmm.
But
So once you
yeah,
figure
between-
out what your Wednesday is looking like, you should probably be off if the pattern holds. If we can do it after 4:30, that'll be perfectly fine. If it has to be earlier than that, I can move it.
it doesn't. I don't think it. We don't go into work that night. There's no concern from us. You close though, right?
I close dinner on Monday, and
Oh wait. Wednesday you're off. That's
Wednesday
right.
I'm usually off. This past Wednesday I did have to close dinner, but we do have more essays that have been hired recently.
So you can maybe see about moving some shifts around.
Maybe. I can try.
Okay.
Ty, how are you looking for Wednesday?
Fine.
Alright.
Hey. I feel like you feel like Shattered Skies is over. It's not. Ty.
What? You don't have to apologize to me, Haley.
Speak to me, Ty.
Speak to me.
Let me know you're not mad. Shut up. That's me at all times, Tattoo.
I know, I do similar things.
I'm the same way.
But
So what does everyone want to do with the rest of this session?
I mean, we could continue playing as normal. We can. I mean,
I'm asking what you want to accomplish with the next hour and change.
I would say Drillage could speak about her vision to the rest of the party as a collective.
we could get moving. Get word from the elves. Get word from Arkbridge.
Word from Archers would be a fairly significant thing for us.
Absolutely.
Especially if they could send automatons.
Or just war machines. Send a tank. God, I'd love a tank.
Send a tank, man.
Yeah,
That'd give the wormling a fright. Fucking tank.
reverse engineer one of the tanks the Drow left in the city.
That would be so
Use a-
cool.
Use a scorpion tank. Arkbridge had patrolling the forest.
Ah, shit.
Just get the tunnel boy.
Get the tunnel boy.
Tunnel boy.
Intruder!
God damn it.
Oh man.
You okay?
Yes, I am. So that's what we'll do. You can have your conversation with the rest of the party about your vision and your departure.
Yeah.
And then we'll discuss whatever assistance you would receive. And then the session after this one will be it will be a fight, and it will continue being a fight probably for a few sessions.
Okay. That works.
So, forces begin moving out, mobilizing to go and meet Azarkul's forces in the field.
Holy shit. I'm sorry, I just had like a whole moment, like that's coming. Like that battle that we've been thinking about for like what, 9 months now?
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
Some to the tune.
Feels just similar to when we were fighting his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, oh shit, we're here. And
Immediately.
then unceremoniously pinned to a stone wall with a sword.
Yeah.
Such is death.
Such is death. Anyway.
Clap.
Clap.
Clap. I guess
impales
we
it.
did clap him.
Yeah.
Anyway, Drollish makes her way back to keep as the forces begin to mobilize. And are you guys kind of moving together?
Yeah.
Or like in separate locations throughout the units?
I mean, pretty sure we all travel roughly together. Castor goes to head his troops every now and again.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Cora? Is she like kind of behind, or is she like still in the forest? Just
Cora's joining in, of course.
okay. Cool.
She just stood there for like there's the dramatic moment.
She was making sure there was no blood stains around her mouth or anything, you know.
Yeah.
Clean up.
You know, she was making sure she cleaned up.
Does Cass hear anything from the elves? If they're going to...
They agree to send an amount of help.
Okay.
Castor. Pyra. Sorry, not Pyra.
Lasara.
Their Highness.
Give him a second.
Yeah. Cassandra, I have something to say to you all. I've informed Cora of it. You see her, like, putting on her armor, her new tattoo on her arm. I've received a vision while we were heading back into the keep.
I noticed.
Ah, not that subtle?
Well, when your eyes go white and you stare off at nothing, yeah.
I suppose that's fair. Ilmater sent me this vision, and I believe he's sending me on a suicide mission.
Suicide? How so?
Remember the story of the one of the saint, the clerics we're referring to, that went up on an expedition to save his brother?
Yeah.
I believe I'm being sent on that same expedition. To find the cure of the Arcanophage, and I've been shown its location and what it looks like. I think. But when I can piece together, it looks like a vial of ancient blood. Maybe that's the cure. Maybe the cure is within it. Maybe it's a clue to the cure. I do not know. But I know it is. But I have a feeling it's related.
And your plan is to just take this at face value without looking into it anymore?
No, that's not the case at all. But I wanted to inform you of what I've seen and what's been presented to me, because I believe he wants me to be sent to. He wants me to take care of it alone, from my understanding. I plan on asking him more questions about such before I depart and do my own independent research. But after that, I believe I'll be on the quest.
Alone? Beg your pardon. If a whole bunch of clerics couldn't do it, what makes you think yourself alone would be enough?
I'm not a bunch of clerics.
No. You are definitely far and beyond just a bunch of clerics, but they had numbers. And we usually travel together, and we have numbers.
They didn't have a drollish.
They didn't have a drollish. She also has the will of Ilmater on her side.
If this is a vision sent to her by her god, and her god means for her to go alone,
She has no choice.
and to not respect that wish would both spell disaster for her mission and would be an insult.
She's been granted a second chance by the will of Ilmater.
I can't speak much on behalf of religion, but I can say I understand wanting to take care of things by yourself.
Yeah.
If this is something you feel you need to do, I won't be one to stop you.
Of course, because I don't even know if it's the cure itself, and I don't want us to be completely distracted while we are fighting a war. You guys are the best suited to stay, help the troops, continue this war. With or without me, you'll survive.
That's debatable. We've made it out of countless situations because of your just you being you.
Yeah,
You managed to suplex sand.
Suplex City, bitch.
How does one do that? You have to be Drolish.
I found a way.
That's how.
But also, if I remember, you're the one that saved my life a number of times. And this last time by giving me this mockery of a body that's been given to me. But hey, you
Field
know.
studies.
I'm alive. That's what matters.
Everything points to you being correct. This looks exactly like a chance to atone.
And she opens up her journal and shows everything she described. She wrote down and she drew pictures of what she saw. This was within the vision given to me. So, I do not know how long this expedition is going to take. Who knows? It could be a week. Could be months. Could be years. You could be dead by the time I return. I do not know how long this will take. And because of that, we all have a war to fight. And that war can't be spent chasing a bunch of visions. And possibly dying along the way after the Drow have conquered the south. You understand what I'm saying?
You picking up what I'm putting down, G?
Listen up, home skillet.
Listen up, home skillet.
I'm gonna lay down some realness with you.
Listen, my home sliced bread sliced dog.
What's up, my diggity G?
Oh no.
Oh,
God.
There it is.
Another power word discovered.
Diggity G.
Yeah.
Diggity G.
It evokes a response of
Disgust.
disgust and just uncomfortable. And it makes me uncomfortable to hear those words.
I hate. Life is pain.
Cogito, ergo sum miser.
Hey, wait. Quick, just a quick note.
Mm-hmm.
Quick.
If you can't play this Thursday, why don't we just move Shattered Skies to Thursday?
Because we have this game on Thursday.
Because
But if we
Declan
ha-
also works that night.
What?
Declan works that night.
Shit.
But it's
Well-
just 1 week.
It's just 1 week. We'll talk to him. We'll talk to him about it. If we're playing, if we're playing, if we're playing our last game with Siri another day, and there's a game that day, Thursday's free.
Yeah, sure.
But more to discuss later.
I only say suicide mission because I'm not saying I follow him directly. I don't know his doctrine. I don't follow his practices. Mainly, I follow my own. But regardless of that, he is the deity known best as a martyr who's died to save the life of others, to take upon another's burdens, to take it upon them.
Yes, that's what martyrs do.
Yeah. I suppose he saw that's what I've been doing my existence, and now possibly this is a way to end it. I'm not sure.
Well, if there's anyone who could turn a suicide mission into just a mission, it's you.
And that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah.
I
From
plan-
a suicide mission to a milk run. Sent in the Drolish.
And if it's goodbye, it's goodbye. It's not our first, and it won't be our last either.
she flexes, a piece of her armor pops off.
You ought to get that better fitted.
Well, I'm not.
Not for real, fucking buffoon.
Her armor just.
It's not armor, it's a weapon. Projectiles!
She's her own fragmentation grenade.
You suplexed sand. You stood up to a necromancer far stronger than any of us were. Pushed within an inch of your life,
She ate the heart of an undead plant.
and still lived.
And lived.
And then
came
li-
back through the power of the divine.
And then later, after being transformed into a
into a plant-like body, you stood up to a lava drake.
Like,
If anyone can do it, you
Greek.
can.
I do appreciate your words of confidence. Though also, I will say, after hearing you all say all that, my life is very shitty.
thanks for all the votes of confidence, guys. Everything sucks ass.
Hey, wow, my life's just a highlight reel of failures.
Yeah, well,
Wow, what a highlight reel of holy fuck, what have I done with my life?
Go on, Matt.
what's
Cause
news,
and
Drolish?
receive pain.
What's news, Drolish? All of our lives are shitty. We make do.
We make do. Now, after this battle, I believe that's when I'm going to start heading off. If by chance you guys encounter my daughter, please send her my regards.
I'll make sure she doesn't die if I can.
My name's Mini Drolly, except Big Drolly is now Mini Drolly, so I'm just Drolly.
I'm big.
Send-
I'm
Drolly,
big.
Drolly.
They call me Big Tiny.
I'm small big.
Yeah.
Small huge.
I'm large cock mixed small huge.
Shut the fuck up!
Guys, I'm Smooge.
That's it. That's my next character, Smooge.
No.
My next character is Smooge Bentley.
That is part of a new shout.
Smooge Bentley is my next character.
Smooch LaQuad, then we have Smooge something.
Preliminarily, it appears as though we will be able to play Wednesday, and then move Shattered Skies to Thursday.
You asked Declan about it?
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
He said he thinks he can.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Then-
Okay.
Alright, now.
Thank you, Declan.
Excellent.
Your sacrifice will be rewarded. I will give you cheese.
I will cheese!
Oh, we
Give
actually.
it whole cheese wheel.
Whole ass
We-
actual cheese.
Speaking of, can you go get that charcuterie plate for me?
Sure.
Because we have some very nice, incredibly sharp, hard
Hey,
pressed
you guys
Irish
aren't
cheese.
bringing anything tonight, right?
No,
Okay, good. I didn't want to feel bad about being the only one not bringing anything.
we are bringing ourselves on a day we don't work.
Yes.
They better not be asking me to spend money.
I mean, the other night at work, Ashley asked me what I was bringing for the dinner on Friday. I was like, I don't know.
Wait, so is this dinner mandatory?
No,
it's one of our coworkers is leaving, so we moved our schedules around so he could be there on his last day.
I don't know if you've heard us talk about him. His name's Vic. He's been there. He's been there for a long time, and everybody fucking loves him. And he recently became a grandfather, so he's taking a long sabbatical to go spend time with his family.
I get it.
Congrats to him.
He did say he intends to come back, but it also greatly depends on who is still on night shift when he comes back.
Valid.
Now,
Vic Jones!
that's enough doom and gloom for me. Let's just go on and make ourselves a new pair of boots, huh?
Hey.
What?
I know I don't say this often, but I really appreciated the time that we've had. So you better damn well come back.
Well, it's not goodbye yet. We still have about 4 days.
We've still got a war to win.
We still have a war to win.
So, you guys have that conversation, and you guys all set off to go and do battle.
Yes.
So, the reason we have not been going long lately is because my mom has to get up at like 3 a.m. to go to work now. My mom's been working like 50 to 60 hour weeks between her two jobs, which is why I have, as irritating as it has been, not been particularly willing to press the issue, because if she was only working 40 hours, she would have other times in the week to sleep, but she does not.
Sleep.
And considering she does my laundry, cleans my dishes, and scrubs my toilets, I'm also not entirely too willing to piss her off.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair.
So we can't go long tonight either,
Mm-hmm.
because she gets home at around 9 and she's gonna go straight to bed afterwards.
Okay.
I wish we had an easier way to do this,
It's just that Tattoo gets off work just like an hour too late for us to be able to do our full 4 hours anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'd push it back if I could, but
I know.
I wouldn't want to piss off your boss.
So
no, I just physically cannot. The department does not open that early.
Oh, well, shit.
for the next 30 minutes, I'm gonna say like the troops move out. They go to meet themselves in battle, and the scene that we are left with is like you guys with all of your troops from the keep. You have Necrus with you. There are a few like automatons from Arkbridge that are also met up with your force.
Oh yeah.
There are the elves. There are a couple of like spy rangers from Grix's force. And they meet up with the remnants of like the Blue Paladins that Azar Kul had, as well as all of Azar Kul's tired and waning forces. The battle at first appears to be decisive, but ends up being protracted. And over the next several hours, you guys manage to make yourselves forward to the front of the force to force an opening where you will take down Azar Kul in the middle of this fight. So that is I mean, I guess we could start that, but we only have 30 minutes.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a great idea, frankly.
We will
We
spend
just forget the initiative anyways.
Yes, we will spend all of Wednesday fighting. And hopefully that combat will end before Serena leaves, and that'll be the last thing she does with us is help you guys kill this guy. I am sorry that we had a rough December, and then we're dealing with Serena's early departure. If fuck, I am glad we have a backup.
Why? Why? Because have we not been recording this whole time?
No, the backup just crashed.
Oh.
Let me go save this. But yeah. I understand that we are all kin with this fucking pufferfish.
Have good vision.
It's like one of us make that noise, all of us have to.
So turn the light on, Matt. I want to spend the next couple of minutes just thinking about memes.
That sounds great.
Not
to me.
random memes. Just like
Campaign
the
memes.
We've had
You
the
know
one
the Pepe.
The very first meme of this game.
What? I will say, from that one, the one that I distinctly remember and quote very often is when I think Tyler's the one that made it. No, he wasn't even here. Like we would say that he like had like it would just get
Horn.
it would just get
Yep,
bigger.
the horn gets
and
bigger every single
He would rest it on his beefalo. Like,
Oh yeah, Beefalo are canonically in
exist in the world.
yeah.
Yeah, beefalo or just like buffalo cattle things.
But beefier.
Big.
So I'm curious. Is it literally just don't start beefalo, or is it beef? Is it beefy? Is it beefalo, or is it a normal ox? But oink.
Hey, let's talk about Family Guy's one funny joke. That one.
Yeah.
We also can't forget about. You see these handles?
Oh,
Did you see these handles?
do you still carry those swords around?
Yes, and they actually have names. They're named after her parents.
You see these?
Oh.
These and handles.
Jaundice.
They're called these and handles.
You see these
Do you
handles?
see these handles?
That's fucking cool.
Oh, that one's really good.
Oh, that was a good one.
That one.
Castor and Dana sitting there.
Oh wow! I didn't just lose the recording. My whole ass.
Your computer
Oh no.
just fucking crashed.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Still recording the backup?
Good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I saved at the point where I realized that this one was done. So
Okay.
even if we lose this, we still have.
Everything else.
Oh shit! Right, this can.
Oh.
Well, you did just save, right?
Oh wait.
There it is. We're back.
Hey, look at
We're
hey, look at this waveform.
Oh god.
You are so fucking obnoxious.
You guys.
So, how did scamming circumference go?
Circumference.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I gotta know. Is Circumference alive?
We don't know.
We don't know.
He's an
Who knows?
adventurer now.
He's an adventurer.
Yeah.
He has an epic adventurer sword.
I spend the second day scrying Circumference.
He is out adventuring.
He beats the.
You still have Drolish's nice flamey sword.
He's like a 7th level fightor now.
Yeah! Way to go,
He
Circumference!
beat the will save and doesn't. You can't scry him.
He's still fat.
Cora's like.
Nobody's ever done that. I don't know what to say.
He must have a very strong mind. No, he just has a thick, fatty skull.
Yeah, you just couldn't penetrate the thick skull.
No, she tries to scry, but like he actively is thinking about other topics other than what's going on. So it tricks the spell.
His armor's made of lead.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
Which explains why he was dumb enough to buy the sword in the first place.
makes sense.
Wait, what now?
His armor is made of lead.
So you can't scry him.
He's got constant lead.
Scrying is
poisoning
radioactive. It can't penetrate lead.
Scrying is radioactive is one.
There actually was a reason why lead stopped certain spells. I was reading about the history of like old Dungeons and Dragons a while ago.
Oh, yeah?
And there is a reason, but I don't remember what the reason is.
You know what would be super cool? If they were doing that because of, like, a real world, like, occult, like, stuff. Like, because there's been a lot of books written by people of varying amounts of respectability trying to actually talk about magic.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, but back to memes.
Back to me.
The first.
I think we glossed over a few of them.
Drusha Suplex City.
Yes.
Yeah,
Slow
Suplex City.
The,
Suplex!
the first half of the game was just her.
Yes.
Oh yeah, just her getting fucking shat on every single day.
Yep.
That's a low-level wizard for you.
Do you know what I will never forget? This early campaign lived and died on whether Drolish was conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could do some damage, and like she had utility spells. But if Drolish was ever in danger, all of us collectively were like, "Oh fuck." Oh no.
It no longer was some of us are in danger. It was
So-
all of you
Are about to die.
It's like the moment Drolish went down and everything. Fuck, get her up,
Figure out how to get her out right now. Get her. Go.
smelling salts.
She can slap the head off of a rhino. Get her back up now.
Like, I still love how she got in between disintegrating sand and lived.
Caster cleaves in.
There we go. That was excellent.
I remember I sent a picture in the group chat of just a chubby nerd holding a flaming fire axe.
Yep, I've got that very one.
Caster cleaves in.
Another one, very sad one, but it was still a meme.
Caster.
R.I.P. Bat.
R.I.P.
Oh yes. Rip that.
Rip
Caster
it.
is less than pleased.
The most unceremonious death.
That fucking...
He
that
got-
eulogy
He-
he wrote, Amy.
He got fly swatted against a stone wall.
We could set your axe on fire.
Yeah!
Wait, no, I didn't think you'd go for that. That was not an earnest suggestion. This is a horrible idea.
You have severely underestimated the person you have asked. I'm all for setting an axe on fire.
Oh no.
You did just say that to
Axe,
tattoo. I don't know what
A-X-E.
you were expecting.
Caxtonist.
Caxter.
Asinist.
The jackal
Set grass
cackle.
on fire.
Do it.
There it is!
Also, another.
God damn it, Paul! Oh, you useless lout!
There we go.
There we go! You piece of shit!
Jackal was supposed to be a throwaway boss. Turned into
Jackal
a-
was just a Skeletor boss, and then we took the skull with us.
And it became the most integral
Wait,
NPC
shit.
in the game.
I'm not sure.
Fuck.
I am not hungry anymore.
You know, I
Boy
figured
Galahad!
out exactly what I pictured. There's a moment in one of the Shrek movies where, like, some type of reptilian gets blown up like a balloon,
Yes.
and I picture Galahad just...
Orb.
Another good one was when she yelled at everyone in the party because she described a bomb almost perfectly, and not one of us was like, "That's a bomb."
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah! That's right. She accurately, perfectly described a bomb, and we were like, I wonder what this is.
Hey,
That's
let's,
one way to find out.
let's just put Captain's hand on this thing.
While he
One
was
fucking way to
unconscious.
find out.
Drolish was the one that, like, it was in discussion.
Of course it was a bomb!
Drolish just walked down, grabbed the captain, and just
Alright.
with
Let's
no.
see if this
No, this is definitely the thing we need, I promise. The void wouldn't lie to me.
Wait,
The void
that
wouldn't
thing's
lie.
beeping. Wait, that thing's beeping.
I should have just let this fucking game end there.
There was no timer. You activate it, gone. The captain is on a suicide mission.
Like, can. God.
We were too dense to recognize it was a bomb, Amy.
Do you know what though? When I inevitably run like a dungeon crawling adventure, that shit's gonna happen again. Right.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
guys are gonna
definitely.
be in many situations where it's like I wonder what this does, and you'll think back like, well, last time we did something
No.
extraordinary.
That's gonna slide right off of my smooth brain because when you say bomb, I picture one thing, and it is a black circle with a white string coming out of the top.
What about this?
That's dynamite. That's not bomb.
It still blows up like one.
But it's not bomb.
But we
But
have.
it's not a bomb.
There's a triggering word that gets me to the mental picture I need. Bomb goes to black circle with white string. Dynamite goes to that.
Good old Wile E. Coyote clip art fucking
Right.
bomb.
Okay, well you guys
Actual
will.
stick of dynamite.
You guys will be dealing with something that is explosive adjacent.
You're gonna have to describe it real well.
But well, she did that the first time, and it's
I don't
still...
even remember how she described it, but
Engine
I
block
stand
was
by.
Basically an engine block in a box with a handprint thingy and no obvious ports or other openings.
I stand by what I said the first time. I didn't know that was a bomb.
We're all going to have thick skull, and it's just gonna like drill into the front layers, but it's not gonna go past that.
Well, it'd just be like Ty. It's just forehead all the way through.
Right. I have a solid skull, guys. Like, that's not hollow.
It's got a little slot in the back.
We
You
all
press. You can put an SD card in there. He's got a bagel. He's got a little bagel bite. It's
I
a
love
pizza
bagel bites, though.
bite.
I have like an 8 gigabyte
It's a
SD
pe-
card of knowledge in my brain.
It's a pepperoni.
Ty has
The
a
bun hides it.
Ty has a
Somewhere, it's not
laser.
plugged in.
Ty has a laser disc made of like just cheese.
No, it's a floppy disk.
No, I do.
it's-
I have a floppy disk worth of knowledge in me. That's
First
what
of
I
all,
have.
he couldn't fit a laser disc in his head.
Mini
They're
laser disc.
fucking big.
All right. I just think ultra. It's like a very, very, very thin and big slice of pepperoni.
Well, you put it into
It's
the
like a
top, it goes
PSP.
down his neck.
Yeah, it's like a PSP
No,
disc.
it's a single slice of a singular pepperoni.
I'm an accurate android body built around a floppy disk designed by Hideo Kojima.
Oh hey.
You remember how Hideo Kojima wanted to make
This
one
meme-
of the
This being brought to you by Tiny
It
Tie.
was like PT or something. He wanted to make
Yeah.
that game on a floppy disk that when you put it in your like thing, it smelled like blood.
Ew.
Man,
Hideo Kojima's fucking stupid.
I love the fuck.
Also, yes,
man.
that's like the only meme I have, I think.
tiny tie.
And it's not even a pyra meme, it's just a me meme. Like, I just did that.
I have so many pictures of just you being fucking weird. I have so many pictures of you being strange.
You need to post them, because I don't know what you're talking about. I'm never strange.
I have the one where it's all blurry and you look like a cryptid, but you're sitting still holding a drink. You know the boomer meme where it's like, it's the fucking Wojak face, but he's like 35 and he's got like monster.
I mean, I know the meme. I don't know the pic. You're gonna have to send
Okay,
these.
well you look like that and you're wearing those sunglasses, I think, upside down.
I just got these sunglasses. It'd probably be the old black ones.
There you go.
Like these frames, but
Yes.
yes.
Like that. And you're laying there with that exact face! Like the one you're making right now!
Don't make me laugh, and I can do it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
doing
that's
the
the
same
one.
face with the fucking weird eye patch from the Family Fun Center.
I have one face, and it's. You go.
Let me scroll past my porn in here and I'm sure I've got it.
It's
Oh yeah. There's another one. All of Amy's porn.
There you go.
That's not a
That's not a meme. That's just a real part of her
that's
life.
just real.
What is real and
Hey.
cannot be replicated ever is Amy fucking saying, "Tat, give me your character sheet," and Tat going, "You have it," and she goes, "Why did you leave it here? Because you asked to look at everyone's character sheets." And Amy goes. Just, the eyebrow movement can never be replicated ever. But it was so just.
It was so perfect.
What? What do you mean? Wait a minute.
Hold on.
There it is.
I know. This goes hand in hand with Droll.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the eye patch right there.
There it is.
Hey, also, here's.
There it is. That's
There
the one.
it is.
Can you?
There it
Hey,
is.
also consider the personality drip
hey,
since I
the
fucking
headband that gets people killed.
made this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the headband.
The headband that gets people killed. Fucking furry ears.
Oh yeah. Here's a great picture of Matt.
Yes.
Oh shit.
I feel like now on that meme,
Yeah.
every single member of the party responds.
Left
with
on
K.
red.
Left on red.
Left on red.
Every
There it
single
is!
member of the
There
party
it
is
is!
left on red.
There it is!
Oh, wait, give it to me! I need to see this.
Yes.
Give me. I don't remember what this looks like.
What's great is I'm wearing 2 pairs of sunglasses in this, but you can't tell because it's so blurry.
I have one
Is there
that's
any way you can upload these?
I have one that's less blurry and yes.
We need a
No,
montage at the
but
end of
this
this.
one's way better.
We need
There
a
it is.
montage
Yep.
at the end of this episode that is just all of our terrible
May I see
meme
that?
pictures.
I don't remember this one.
Here's one with slightly less blur.
Coors Light! I forgot about this one.
Just all the kids fucking stomping on her.
Oh my god.
I've got it.
Now I will say
same
I don't think like this goes hand in
Jackal,
hand.
white time flare, crystals.
I will never forget like when I looked at Amy in the eye and said she eats the heart,
And then it was just like,
Yeah.
and Amy's face is just like
it's fucking burned into my mind.
Hey, Drollish, remember how you only met me because I was there to fucking find some cool books that an old guy had, and then I got possessed by the fucking time devil?
yeah,
Sucks, right?
it sucks, man.
Feels bad, man.
Man, go on.
Remember that time Droll almost killed the entire party, but Cassandra talked her out of it.
Kaz was like, hey, maybe you shouldn't.
Hey,
You know, we're kind of cool.
hey,
sometimes.
hey,
Cass didn't have knowledge of nature as a ranger.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
There-
She did not have
That's
knowledge
the worst one.
She did not have knowledge of nature as a ranger.
We'll be out of your hair soon, Robin. I know you're
That was
tired.
that was egregious.
Yeah, I just gotta go back at 4:30 in the morning.
Ooh.
Jesus, man.
I'm actually still mad at you, Matt.
What?
That you didn't have knowledge of nature.
I mean,
I have nature now.
he had survival.
Nature.
This is a cross game meme, but when I took Cass's legs, the week after
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Starfinder Tex lost
yeah,
her
Tex lost.
legs.
Yep.
And here's the face Matt made when he did it.
I've still got edits of that one. Saved his reaction.
It's because I made it.
How does it feel?
What we need is like a cross game meme of Scipia looking at text going, "This is the new girl," and it's cast with her legs. That's what we need.
Less of a meme, just more one I'm proud of. Immediately after that, when we had brought her home and a villager came up and asked, "Is she gonna be okay?"
Oh, yeah.
And Caster responds with, "Of course she'll be okay. She's a hero."
Theme of the fucking game right there, honestly.
I'm not sure. Okay, this is not exactly a meme.
Breadstick.
Well, no, you had to just like inhale it.
The proper way to eat a
Eat it
breadstick.
sideways,
Yes.
like the fucking corn on the cob.
You rotate.
Oh, that's not a good sound.
What was that noise that you
The
just
teeth in
made?
his skull.
I told you, it's not hollow.
Anyway. I never actually stopped to think
Gordon,
how important Drolish was when she was conscious, especially towards the beginning of the game.
Can you put that in the fridge?
I
Yeah.
never really noticed.
We'll give it 3 more minutes for our last best memes. I'm gonna vote that I think one of the best in the entire game is the one where it's everything beating up Korra.
Yes, agreed.
Don't worry, Master. I'll make sure she gets put in her place.
What fine craftsmanship!
I have a really good one, and it involves Veyat, and it's not sad.
Yeah?
Wait,
Surprise
one?
me.
Surprise me!
Oh yeah.
And the picture I sent, you know what? And I will always picture it as the picture I sent in Lewd chat with all the thorns.
Yeah. That was, you don't want to see it.
Ho! Hey now.
You're an all-star.
You're an all-star. Get your game on. Get out.
Another honorable mention, Drolish would be like, Drolish noise?
Also, Drolish.
Wait, did it?
This is gonna be the last one we get, maybe.
Drolish, I know, it's really big. It's a really big monster. It's really big, but it's also made of fire.
I'll hurt it.
Oh.
I'll hurt it.
I'll hurt it.
I'll hurt it.
I heard it.
Now heal me.
Now heal me.
Now heal me.
Watching Haley actually like.
Haley collapses and is dead.
I literally I just collapsed, and then you stepped on my hair as I got up. I still remember the noise I made. It was.
But yeah, fucking Korra's visceral reaction to what Lasar said at that one fucking bar on our way to Ancestors Crossing was really good.
Oh yeah, when
Don't worry, I'll make sure she gets put in her place.
And
And
then
Caster looks at me like,
And it's just Korra just dying.
what fine
thing is-
what
craftsmanship.
fine craftsmanship.
Drolish was, surprisingly, Drolish was the one perfectly fine with just keeping up the ruse.
She was. I mean, hey, Lasar was too. She said that.
Yeah, true.
Cass
Though I
also
will-
didn't say anything.
Yeah,
I don't
Cass
think
played
you
alone.
fully understand the tenets of your own faith. I can give you a lesson sometime if you care.
Was that me?
No.
That
I
was
about to say,
Galahad at me.
God.
I don't think you fully understand the
Why?
tenets of your own faith. You fucking Korra.
No, that wasn't actually. No, that wasn't Korra. That was Galahad at Drolish.
Yeah, that was a Drolish.
Yeah, there we go.
About Ganush.
Oh.
One
I
of
mean,
the-
Korra's face is still applicable. Just
Speaking of which, I still love Jaggel's reaction when Drolish sacrificed an entire huge village type clan of bandits.
Oh yeah.
Where is this one's skin?
And Jaggle was on her hip the whole time, just like, man,
Hey,
that was.
hey, kid, you sure this is a good idea?
Furthermore, one which got a mention today earlier, actually, the pages.
Hello, sir. That's just an ongoing.
4 of them, equidistant at all times.
They're like
First one is
Kendo
spelled
refugees.
P-A-G-E, next P-A-I-G-E, then P-A-Y-G-E, and then P-A-J-G.
I hate that one.
That one is the worst.
Yeah, I hate that one.
Oh, hello, my name is Paige.
I will see you all on Wednesday.
My name's
God
Butt
willing.
Friend.
It'll happen.
We'll make it happen.
And then we will fucking wump him.
My name's Butt Friend.
We're just gonna give him
We're gonna make ourselves a new boots and new purses.
Just gonna
That-
One of these.
That's a
one of
that's a
these.
good one.
Just one of
That's a
these.
Tyler meme.
just want
Get one of those.
Just give me quick.
You just gotta
Oh yeah, that's right. Look, I have pizza in my hand. Hold on.
give it up.
You could do it with the pizza.
No. Hold it, Tetsu. Just give it. Give it. Right there.
It's easy, forehead.
Are you taking us on that?
What time is it?
Hey,
Nine.
Just you've been doing. Hey, Matt.